Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Front Row Racing for the final time in Season 7 of the Front Row Racing World Championship for round 21 from Abu Dhabi. We've come on a little bit earlier today. We've got a few things to talk through with our commentary team, of which will be myself, Front Row Racing GP, coming to get you, and MILLZSTAR12. So I'm going to hand over to Front Row Racing GP, who's going to get us started on this early pre-race show.
Yeah, Front Row Racing GP, thank you very much there, DP. Yeah, what we're going to do is first of all start off with last week's race results, which was at Brazil, and it was a brilliant result from Mornay77 taking the victory there. But not only was it a victory for Mornay, it was pole and victory, and a well-deserved driver of the day on the day as well. In second place was Breaking Clays, good strong points there for him. In third place it was Bleeding Sunrise, crucial points for the constructors. In fourth place, Coming to Get You, who's with us in the commentary box this evening. In fifth place was Jamie James in the well-played Ferrari. Sixth was the reserve driver for the Flares Tailblazers, I believe that to be Curly Whirly. And in seventh place was Mr. Hamilton. He went up 12 places starting from the back of the grid. In eighth place was Overdykink. Ninth place was GT5 King. 10th place was the Underdogs McLaren reserve driver. In 11th place was Temp Fear. 12th was Certek Karatepe. Up 4 places though from near the back was Joe Finn, finishing in 13th place, and in 14th place was the Chewbacca Wooker Manor. That was the last finishing car. The non-finishers of Roadrunner, Hammer Time, Simo 911 and the A2W reserve driver, and lastly Erna Urcham. So the driver standings next, I believe, with Front Racing DP.
Yeah, so we've had a little recap there of the last race result, and obviously we've got one race to go this evening. We'll be sending the drivers over to the track at around about 7:30, so we've got about 15 minutes, I believe. So the Drivers' Championship standings, well, the champion has already been decided. It was a fantastic battle between Mr. Hamilton 44 and Stocky, but unfortunately it did come to a head a couple of events ago. So Mr. Hamilton 44 is the Front Row Racing World Championship champion on 297 points at the moment. Stocky is in second place and looks able to secure that, even though he's not able to race tonight, on 249 points. We've then got a battle between third and fourth for third place. That's Overdykink on 156 points and Temp Fear on 149. We've then got Simo in fifth place, and he's joined on 132 points by Coming to Get You 85. But he's not going to be scoring any more points tonight, unfortunately, so maybe Simo can take fifth outright for himself. Mornay, he's in seventh place on 114 points, while Jamie James is in eighth, a little bit on his own there, unless he can win the race and Mornay doesn't score, because Jamie James is on 91 points. We then got Bleeding Sunrise down in ninth place, came to the season late on 65 points, and he's in a bit of a battle with F1 Roadrunner, who's in 10th, only 1 point behind him. We then got another battle between Hammer Time 95 and GT5 King for 11th place. Hammer Time's on 48 points, GT5 King on 42. We then got the admin's pick rookie car, so to speak, on 40 points, and then we've got Bartman on 35, Breaking Clays on 28, and then we've got a four-way battle at the bottom of the order with Certek Karatepe and Akut both on 4 points, and Erna Urcham and Duofin with 3 and 1. On to the Constructors' Championship standings though, and that's where the main focus is for tonight. I'm going to hand over to my co-commentator MILLZSTAR to take us through those.
Hello there, and yes, the Constructors' standings. Danish Dragons Red Bull are on 432 points. Second, 8 points behind them, are the Fearless Trailblazers Mercedes on 424. Third is the GG Well Played Ferrari on 262. Fourth is the Prancing Rosso Toro Rosso on 223. Fifth is the Lunatic Assassin Racing Haas on 194. Sixth is Team Banter Williams on 156. 3 points behind them in seventh is the Moving Chicane Racing Force India on 153. Then you have the Underdogs McLaren on 100, and ninth is the FRR Chewbacca Rookie Manor on 40, and 10th is the A2W Racing Renault on 36.
Okay, thank you very much, MILLZSTAR. So, in the Coming Trucks, we have said we've got Coming to Get You. So then, Dave, it's the last race of the season. How come you're in the commentary box with us?
Well, hello guys, good to be here. Bit different, sitting on the great view up here, looking down at the pit straight. I've allowed DP to drive my car, take good care of her. But no, it was a little bit of an agreement that me and DP came up with, I believe the last round, where he said if he takes my car, I take his seat, which I must say it's big, comfy, nice recliner, better than my tight car with his tight foamy seat in there. But yeah, that was the agreement, and he accepted the challenge, and I accepted sitting here doing nothing. And yeah, so it's going to be great to see DP on the track for the final time, so please guys, tune in and see if the Master's still got it.
No, I haven't. While we'll see how that goes as well. I mean, obviously there is the constructors' battle, title fight going on tonight, as MILLZSTAR mentioned, with the Danish Dragons Red Bull on 432 points and Fearless Trailblazers on 424 points. And Steve, I believe we've got some pre-race comments from the 4 drivers involved in those 2 teams. Are you wanting to go through those now?
Yeah, I shall go through those. Also, MILLZSTAR, I'm going to share these with MILLZSTAR. I'll do the Mercedes drivers if MILLZSTAR would like to do the Red Bull. Red Bull are the guys that are currently leading the championship by, I think it's 8 points if I'm correct on that. So yeah, MILLZSTAR, do you want to do the Red Bulls first for us?
Sure, Mr. Hamilton 44. We talked to him earlier and we said, hey, can we have your pre-race comments and could you answer some questions? What tyres will you be bringing to the event, softer, balanced or harder? Does your team have what it takes to win the Constructors title? And he said, I know, wait, one sec. I know you was, I cannot find it, 1 second. I am not saying yes straight away because it depends on a lot of things. I think we have the pace to take it home, but it's easy to hit trouble during the race. So I think if we can stay out of trouble and have a good chance, we have a good chance of winning today, and we'll take the Constructors. Leading Sunrise, he's taking balanced tyres, and he said his target will be 10th Fear. He said he thinks the difference in speed between the drivers is a lot greater than normal, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. He thinks he's pretty okay at Abu Dhabi, but he thinks he's pretty slow at the same time. Clear the first 2 sectors unharmed, and then he thinks it'll be eyes onto the finish. Okay,
I'm going to just go through the comments of the chasing team, the Trailblazers Mercedes of 10th Fear and Curly Whirly. It's Curly Whirly today in reserve for Stocky, because Stocky's been unavailable for the last couple of races. See, 10th Fear's not in his car yet, he's got a bit of time, but his pre-race comments were as follows. He was asked, after being unable to win the Drivers' Championship, does it make the Constructors' title a must-win to call this season a success? He said basically yes and no. Winning it would be nice considering the season I've had, but I wouldn't call it a must-win. I will try my hardest to win, but I'm one of the 4 drivers that influence the overall result. That interests me with the fact he said only 4 drivers, because I'm pretty sure there's more than 4 drivers that can, unless he's on about the championship battle for the Constructors. Anyway, hoping I can end on a high and take any positives out of the season, and also review where it went wrong that myself and I could have changed or done differently. I aim to come back next season a lot better than I am now. What car is that runner up to me last season? No, by the way. I don't know what it means by that unless it's a reference towards DP. Curly Whirly's comments, pre-race comments. Reserving for the team that is 8 points behind the Danish Dragons Red Bull, do you and 10th Fear have the ability to overcome the points difference and take the Constructors title? Need to keep my options open for the race. It's going to be tough to beat the Red Bulls here. This is a very strong track for them. If we're to have any hope, then we both have to need, I'll get this right in a minute, we both need to score some strong points. Hopefully I can have better luck than in the reserve races last week, which basically pretty much he finished at turn 1. Okay, yeah, so I want to ask DP at this point. The Red Bulls, they've got to be the favourites, having the extra points, but what do you make of the Red Bull team this season, bearing in mind that one of the drivers hasn't necessarily been there all season?
Well, it's been an interesting one with the Red Bulls for definite. But I'd be concerned about the Mercedes team tonight though, for sure. Tempfear, Curly Whirly, they've got a damn good chance of scoring points. We saw what we did in Mexico. But touching on those two drivers there, how about we try something a little bit we've never tried before, which is a bit of a quick fire, one line about each driver. We've had no preparation on this, so let's see if we're able to do it. MILLZSTAR, if you would like to go through the Drivers' Championship standings from bottom to top and give us a name, and me and GP will take it in turns to give our one-line comments as quick as we can on each of the drivers. Let's see how bad this goes.
Okay, Duafin.
I'll let you go first, DP.
Everyone was surprised that he was able to do 33 laps on the intermediates, I think it was, in Brazil. Just goes to show what a classy driver he is, but he hates the fact that his wheel doesn't work on this game, and hopefully it will for the next one. Go, next!
Right, yeah, move on, I'll do the next one. Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, you say Erna Urchum, I'll answer this one, then Dave can do the next one. So Erna Urchum, great lad, just not had the success in the World Championship that I think he deserves.
A-Cut TR.
Ridiculously fast in qualifying. Races, I think he's got a little bit to learn. New to the FRR, potential title contender next season.
Sertat Karantepe.
Where do we play Sertat Karatepe? Question mark. Excellent driver, unfortunate.
Okay, Breaking Clays.
One for potentially the next 10 years. The guy's quick, the guy's got age on his side, and he's learning fast as well. He learns as quick as he drives, so yeah, good stuff from him.
Bartman.
Bartman. I can't answer that one.
I can.
Go on,
tough season for Bartman. Not been able to get a lot of practice, studies involved as well. Having been at university, it's made it difficult for him to get any joy from the game, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll see him back next season as well.
GT5 King.
Oh, I can easily answer this one. Previous teammate of mine, and you've just got to say he'll always turn up and he'll always aim to finish in the points.
Okay, Hammer Time.
Tried persisting with the wheel, and I hope that he still does. It's been a very tough season for him, but the difficulties this year will help him for next season, that's for sure, because he is a previous race winner.
F1 Roadrunner.
F1 Roadrunner. First full season in front row racing, and he's found it difficult, but I'm sure he'll be here again next season to try and battle for the podiums.
Bleeding Sunrise.
Likes to make sure nobody can hear anybody's voice, but he's a good driver, he's a great lad. Came in part way through the season, and he's done a fantastic job for the Danish Dragons Red Bull, and he has definitely helped them fight for the constructors. So yeah, good stuff from Bleeding Sunrise this season.
Jamie James.
Only one line needed for Jamie James, #1 driver at Ferrari.
Is he still paying for that one?
Mornay 77.
You know what, doesn't matter what happened all season, his win in Brazil is one of the highlights of the season for me. Fully deserved. Great guy, great driver, yeah, fantastic stuff. Tough season, but it's ended well.
This one's going to be interesting. COMING2GETYA85.
I think Dave, or COMING2GETYA, should answer that one himself. Quick one line on yourself, Dave.
I've come in, nearly achieved what I wanted. Watch out, Mr. Hamilton, I'm coming for you.
Good stuff. I'd say on that one, showing that the World Championship Reserves has been a success this season.
Okay, Simo 911.
Again, showing that the reserves has been a success. He's come in and he ran right in the reserves and got a deserved seat in the World Championship.
Tempfear.
Shocking, disgraceful. I had to, sorry Temp, I had to. He's going to destroy me tomorrow for that. No, I mean, Tempfear has had one of the most difficult seasons he ever could have imagined, and I think everyone will agree with that. So the fact he's still in a fight for the top 3 on the final race of the season just goes to show that even with difficulties he's still able to get some good results, and at least he has managed to get the odd win this season.
Over Dyking.
One of the most committed drivers to the league, I would say, and what he needs to do for next season is to have a teammate alongside him that is also equally committed.
And Stocky.
phenomenal driver. Struggled a little bit with studies and things like that, taking up his time towards the end of the season. He's definitely got the ability to fight for titles. However, for next season, could be a change in store for him, which could shock the World Series if his move is granted.
And finally, Mr. Hamilton 44.
Well, we saw what he could do at the end of the last season as he came in for a reserve driver, and I think he was both mine and DP's tip for potential Season 7 World Championship champion, and he came in and did what he said he was going to do, which was win loads of races, score the most amount of points and take the championship.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Stocky or any of the drivers, but Mr. Hamilton 44 is one of the drivers who I believe, courtesy of W. Butler, doing a bit of stats work for us at the moment. Mr. Hamilton 44 is one of the drivers that's got most DSQs for no footage. He's had footage problems, I think, 3 times this season, and on all 3 occasions it was races that he won. So had he had footage of those events, it'd have been an additional 75 points ahead of where he is now. So yeah, Mr. Hamilton 44, fantastic season from him, and damn, I'm glad I didn't have to race him this year. Okay, we are almost at 1:30, guys. I mean, I am going to have to just send out another round of invites to the drivers as well, so we might need a couple of moments, but I believe we managed to get through that quite well. Well done, GP, well done, MILLZSTAR, and well done, Dave. You're sitting there nice and patiently and quietly. But there is something that I need to go and do, so I'm going to disappear for a little while, and hopefully I'll be back as quickly as I can.
Yeah, thank you very much there, DP. What we're going to do is just very quickly run through the guys that are in the cars today, because there are a few reserve drivers in there. So I'm going to run through these very quickly. So we've got Tempfey and Curly in the Mercedes. In the Ferrari, we've got Overdye King and Jammy James. In the Williams, it is GT5 King and Mornay. In the Red Bull, it's Mr. Hamilton and Bleeding Sunrise. In the Force India, it's Joey Finn and a driver with no name. But we'll give you a hint, that's going to be DP's car. Someone might want to send him a message to tell him to pick his car. In the Renault, it's Blake and Clays and a Laikimau reserving for A-Cut. And then we've also got, in the Toro Rosso, Simo and F1 Roadrunner. In the Saubers, there's that's to be the admin's cars. We've got the McLaren Hondas of Hammer Time 95 and Danny Roughton in for reserve for Bartman. In the Manor, that's the rookie Manor, we've got Kane Ianda, who's in there today, who's requested a change from the World Series to the World Championship for next season. So if that's granted, we may get to see what he's up to for next season. So in the Haas, currently we've got Erna Ercham, but it should be Certek Karatepe. So I'm just going to give them a few more moments. We are ready to go over to circuit, but I just suggest we just give them a couple of minutes just to see if we can get these guys into their cars. We do have 21 in the lobby, so I believe then, guys, that's pretty much everyone here, and it's just a matter of getting them into their vehicles. We should be missing probably one. Who is it that we're missing, guys? Any idea?
Certek, he did appear, he's just left, so like you said, Steve, maybe a couple more minutes for him to get back in.
Yeah, okay, we're just going to hang on just one moment then. Do you know there's one thing that has completely slipped my mind for today's race, and I'm not prepared for it at all. Any idea what that might be?
Question of the day.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, question of the day. So, anyone got a quick question that we can put out there as question of the day?
How many lead laps has DP led throughout his Formula 1 online career?
Wow.
How about that?
Who's going to...
We don't know the answer.
That is a good point.
You said throw it, Steve.
Yeah. Okay, we don't know the answer, but let's everyone have a random guess, and we'll ask DP what he thinks at the end. And whoever's got the closest to what he thinks is the winner.
Well,
So-
that's just...
So, in front of racing's DP online career, how many laps has he led? There you go. How many do you reckon then, MILLZSTAR? What many would you go for?
Oh my, I don't even know what like number to guess around, cause like I'm gonna say 110.
I think he would easily do that within a season, and he's raced for a handful of seasons. I'm going to go with an extra 0 on that. I'm going to say 1,110.
Ooh. Okay. See, I know who he was up against in his days of racing, so I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to say about 551.
Okay, so if you want to have a guess at that, stick it down in the comments. I've just got a message actually from Surtac. Guys, I can't join. I do not know why you cannot join. Dave, you've set the lobby up. It's still open to 22 drivers, isn't it?
That is correct. I haven't changed any settings. I will try sending him an invite myself right now, Steve.
Okay, we're going to send Surtac Kotepe another invite, see if that will help. Hopefully it will. Bear with us just one moment. We would like to have everybody on the grid for this last race of the season. It's strange that he's been in, but it won't let him back in. That is a bit of an odd one. Normally we don't have that situation.
Yeah, a bit of a strange one that, but I've just sent 2, Steve, so 30 seconds, we'll know if he's back in or not.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll find out very shortly. So we've had some answers already coming in on YouTube for question of the day. I'm going to shout them out there, so if anybody else wants to have a guess, you can stick it down in the comments. They're coming in at -381. Hammer Time has said 400. Someone else has said 675. That's Kane. Drew reckons 1,500. Uzi says 180. And Hammer Time reckons he's had the most DNFs. Uzi is asking, no, that's Ivor asking Uzi who's your teammate tomorrow. That's completely different, don't need to know about that. And Ethan's just said, what's the question of the day? How many laps do you think front racing as DP has led in his online career? So there we go, that's the answer. And I can't see Surtac getting back in at the moment, which is going to be really, really frustrating for him.
No, still no Surtac at the bottom of the list. We have every other driver being patient, being kind, and giving them a few moments. But over to you, Steve. I don't know what we actually do in a situation like this.
Well, what we have to do in this situation is we do have to lock the lobby off before we go through to the race, so that we don't get a random. With it being multiplayer championship, a random could come into that place if it's not assigned to Surtac Kotepe. And I've just had a look down the list, and it doesn't say that he's got a place in the lobby at the moment. So as it's not assigned to him, we are going to need to lock the lobby. There he goes. It is in. Right, okay, let's get going then. He's got his place. Just going to make sure that he's got into his vehicle before we do hit go. So can we have that confirmation? No. He's gone again. I think we're going to have to call it on here. He's obviously got connection problems. I really do apologise, Surtac, but we're 5 minutes past already the start time to go to the circuit. So at this point, Dave, I'm going to say if you could lock it to 21 and we'll get going.
That's 21. We're locked in. We're good to go, Steve.
Okay, if everyone would like to hit ready, we're going to go to the circuit. And I'm going to ask MILLZSTAR, what's your thoughts on this circuit that we're at today, Abu Dhabi?
I quite like it actually. It's good for racing, and there's obviously that massive overtaking opportunity down the straight as well. It can get congested in the first sector, and I think we may see some collisions. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. So yeah, I think it's quite an interesting track to race around. Yeah.
Okay. While we've got a few moments as we're going over to circuit, we've gone through the pre-race comments of the title contenders. Sorry, somebody say something. I thought I heard something in my ear. Okay, it must be just my headset making a funny noise. We don't expect weather here, do we? Any adverse weather?
You don't, but Abu Dhabi likes to throw up a storm when it comes.
Well, I don't think any drivers will be expecting that, and I really don't want that for tomorrow. But if it happens today, well, that's fair enough. Yeah, we will get through some of the drivers' pre-race comments during qualifying. If we don't get a chance to go through them while we're doing the broadcast during the race, we'll get them done at the end. But obviously, we'll try and get the ones that are important done as and when we can. Any idea what sort of lap time we're expecting at Abu Dhabi?
40s, 41s, I think.
But what about a pole time?
Low 38, possible high 37, depending on the driver that's got the immense setup that can get every aspect of the track right.
See, my standards is a bit lower than his. That's why.
Okay, MILLZSTAR, what's the weather for us? Give us the weather report.
Just looking at it now, it looks dry throughout qualifying and throughout the race. Temperature should drop though, actually, as it carries on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a twilight event, so it does get dark, and we're under floodlights here at Abu Dhabi, which can make it very interesting indeed. So let's find out which car is going to be first out onto circuit. While we're waiting for cars to go out onto circuit though, MILLZSTAR, pre-race comments. Oh, Danny Railton is leaving the pit lane. There's a driver we'd like to see his pre-race comments on. He's in as a reserve for just for Hammer Time. No, it's not Hammer Time. It's his teammate.
Oh, he's just touched the wall on the way out. Sorry, Steve. He's got a bit too eager there, but yeah, he's still going in the right direction.
Okay, he's still going. Yeah, he's in for Bartman. So MILLZSTAR, Danny Railton's pre-race comments.
Sure. He was asked, do you feel that you can show some of the World Championship teams why you should have a seat for next season in this league? And he replied, hi there, I'll be choosing balanced tyres as I did last week in the WCR and WS arm. And in the WSR, my strategy worked well last week with, okay, this is really complicated. Worked well last week with 4th in the WCR and 4 in in WSR. Actually, he had a 3-second time penalty which cost him a podium. And if WC drivers take a look at his results in the WSR, he's pretty consistent with points, barring a few internet hiccups, and he's had a win and 3 or 4 podiums plus dozens of points in good places, so he hopes that they'll be watching tonight to see his consistent pace.
Okay, Dave, who else do we have out on circuit?
Well, I've just had a little nose. We seem to have half the grid out there, but the two that have caught my attention are the Mercedes guys that were in the garage the last time I checked. We have both Red Bulls out on different compounds. Are they playing the team game to secure the constructors?
And what is the favoured way to go here on the compounds of qualifying? I mean, obviously the ultra softs are supposed to be the faster tyre.
They are. If you want maximum grip, maximum lap time, you go ultras. If you want consistency in the race, you take the supers, because the ultras are not a really good race tyre unless you want a quick stint at the end or at the beginning. So I reckon we'll see a lot of drivers taken to the super softs and softs today, Steve.
Okay, we do have both Mercedes out, and they are at the moment line astern. Are they both on super soft tyres?
Let's have a quick look.
Tempier's on super softs. Mornay's on no, Mornay's not a Mercedes driver. Curly Whirly is on ultras.
Okay, so they've gone opposite at the moment as well. Now, with this session getting darker and cooler, could it be possible to set a faster time earlier in the session, or will it always be quicker later in the session as the rubber goes down?
That's interesting. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let Millie go first on that, because I reckon I'm going to be the opposite to him.
I mean, I'm not really sure if this is verified, but maybe at a higher temperature you can get heat into your tyre. Oh, Curly's just gone wide. You can get heat into your tyres maybe more quickly, so I'm assuming that they'll probably set faster times now. Yeah.
Quite possibly. It might also be a situation where it evens itself out, and it might be quite steady across the qualifying. Maybe. Okay, so Tempfear is underway in his qualifying lap. Dave, if you want to keep an eye on what the Red Bulls are doing, I've got Tempfear on screen. MILLZSTAR, if you let me know what Curly Whirly is up to.
Yeah, Curly Whirly is around 200 metres, it looks like, behind Tempfear at the moment. They're running quite closely together. Just going to get to him.
Yeah, Tempfear has done a 17.9 Sector 1 at the moment. Not too bad, that, for a Sector 1.
17.9, that is purple.
My game's just frozen.
Just give it a minute. See. Oh, it says you've left the session. Try rejoining. You should be able to get back in again. Okay, we've got Tempfear now heading towards the end of Sector 2. What have the Red Bulls got in Sector 2 there, Dave?
Well, I've got Bleeding Sunrise doing a 41.6, and Mr. Hamilton, wherever he's disappeared on my list, he set his lap time, Steve, 1:43.1 ultra softs. I think that's just purely banker. Okay,
Tempfear Sector 2 was a 41.7, so he's about on par with what Bleeding Sunrise did, so it may come down to this last sector. If you could keep an eye now on Curly for us as well.
Yep, bleeding's just crossed the line. It's a 40.2 on super soft, Steve.
What position does that put him into?
Pole, provisional pole.
Nice, he's on there from Bleeding Sunrise. So 10th here around the last corner, throttle down, heading towards the line. What does he do? Goes provisional pole with a 39.8 in that last sector. Let's find where...
Curly Whirly, Steve, Curly Whirly's abandoned his lap. He hit traffic in the form of a Ferrari and a Renault, so I see him popping on a set of supers here and seeing what he can do.
Okay. MILLZSTAR, are you able to rejoin us okay?
Yeah, I'm just loading up. I'm on the loading screens.
Okay, good stuff. We're on board with Jammy James at the moment. He's heading down to the braking point at the end of Sector 1. He's on an 18.1 Sector 1 with the ultra soft tyres on. Tight hairpin. Nice stadium section there as well. And opens up the throttle, heading towards the DRS line. What sort of speed are we expecting down this long straight, Dave?
Qualifying, you should be in the region of about 210 miles an hour without a slipstream. In the race, we should see him hitting about 205. So not a track for high speed. I don't know why, maybe conditions, but plenty of overtaking down into that corner there, Steve.
Yeah, saw John Jammy James's screen on his wheel. He was doing about exactly what you said there. So yeah, good straight line speed from Jammy James. Braking now for the next chicane, and he's done a 41.8 Sector 2. Very good Sector 2 from Jammy James. What can he do in Sector 3? He's got the ultra softs on, so it's maximum grip. We've got MILLZSTAR with a little bit of problem at the moment. What did it do to you there, Millie? Oh no, he's lost the party as well. Hopefully he'll be back. Probably has to do a little quick reboot or something. Might have internet issues there. So we're down to 2 in the commentary box at the moment, with Jammy James in that final sector. What can he do as Hammer Time 95 retires from the session? 2 corners to go from Jammy James, and he's abandoned it. Not surprised really. He may not want to be starting the race on those ultra softs. And I can tell you, Hammer Time 95 is into the wall with the front wheel off. And
just about to tell you about that, Steve. Just before Sector 1, I believe I don't know if he's lost it on the curve, but he's found himself on the outside. So not a nice place to find yourself. Going to be interesting.
Yeah, and he's currently sat in 18th place, and he won't be improving on that. So what else have we got out on circuit? Who else is doing what sort of times? Because this could get quite interesting up at the front.
Looking through the list, everybody below Danny Railton at the moment sitting in the pits. Other than that, we've got Curly Whirly on an outlap, who's a guy to keep an eye on, Steve. Still not set a lap time, so might be worth jumping on board with him, and I will fire some info your way when I get it.
Yeah, okay, we've got Curly Whirly, then he's on his outlap. If you see anything else, like you say, let us know. I'm going to quickly... Millie, you're back. Great stuff. Millie, we want to come to you in a moment for some pre-race comments. Let's have DP's pre-race comments. Let's get them out of the way while we can, if you could. So, MILLZSTAR, DP's pre-race comments.
Sure, let me just get them, and here we are. Well, I asked him, well, we never thought we'd see you back in a World Championship grid once more. What made you want to come back, and what's your aims? He said he's bringing harder tyres, and he said, I didn't want to come back. I had no plans at all of returning to the grid, but a certain someone in the commentary box tonight twisted my arm enough to make one last run out as my time as an FRR admin comes to an end. The last 5 years have been a roller coaster as an admin, watching FRR grow to what it is now, and the ride is coming to an end for me. My aim for the race, well, with aging eyes, my aim's a little off, so there won't be any surprise amazing results tonight. I'm just there to have some fun. Finally, thanks to all the admins, drivers and viewers of FRR over the past 5 years. It's been a blast.
Okay, thank you very much. And that was Front Racing DP's pre-race comments. We've got Curly Whirly, done Sector 1 with an 18.0, so he's about a tenth up in that first sector. Looking at his straight line speed as he goes up over 200 miles an hour, over 210, up to 212. Very good straight line speed on Curly Whirly's car. What does that say to you, Dave? If he's doing an 18.0 Sector 1, but very good straight line speed in that second sector.
It's hard to try, if I'm honest. I've had a little practice with these guys while I was allowed to use my Force India before DP jumped in it. It's a very difficult track because aero's not as crucial as people think. It's more about mechanical grip. So it says he's going with slightly lower aero, but not as low as you think. So I guess we'll only get the true comparison when we see these guys in the race going wheel to wheel. That
is true. At 41.8 Sector 2 on his super soft tyres. MILLZSTAR, keep an eye out for anyone setting some good sector times, and we'll come to you after this lap of Curly's. He's got 2 corners to go, and he's going to complete the lap, so this will be his lap time on the super softs. Throttle down, yellow flag waving, but he's keeping it floored, gone P2, so if I'm not mistaken, that's the Mercedes boys, P1, P2.
That's correct, Steve, but I've just got an update for you. We have Mr. Hamilton himself. He's already on his flying lap, super softs, he's into turn 1, here we go. Time to get the show on. What's Mr. Hamilton got against the Mercedes boys?
Okay, while we've got Mr. Hamilton on screen, MILLZSTAR, did you manage to see anything else of note?
A lot of people are in the outlaps at the moment. I'm looking at Leikmar actually, who's coming up to his second sector timing, and he's set a 59.6 sector 2.
That sounds like an in-lap, I'd say, for yeah.
I was just thinking, because
well, I just want to give you a quick update on Mr. Hamilton, guys. He is only 100th off 10th Fierce pole time in sector 1, so here we go.
Okay, Dave, we're on board with Mr. Hamilton 44. Talk us through the rest of his lap here as he goes up to finish sector 2.
No worries, here we go. We're coming up to the end of sector 2 down the second DRS straight now. This is the part of the lap after sector 2 where it's all mechanical grip, crucial. See what the driver's got, slamming on the brakes, gently missing the apex, catching this one nicely. I would have gone over that one, but he skimmed it nicely, kept his car lovely, guide it down, power down. Bit of an early shift, looking good, looking very stable here from Miss Hamilton. A double apex coming up. Here's the first one, second one, braking just after. Crucial to touch this apex. Nicely done. He's looking stable like he has all season, Steve. The guy's a magician. We could start calling him Alonso. But here we go. Penultimate corner coming up. This lap does look good. It's a 41.6 middle sector. Is he taken too much?
He has. That's invalidated it.
He's got to go again if these are the tyres he wants. So here we go.
Just to update for you, Ken Leander set the fastest sector 1, but he's 2 tenths down, I think, on the fastest sector 2. He's coming in to the last part of the lap to see how he does. Oh, he's missed the apex there actually quite heavily. Could have got. Oh, he's spun out a bit. That's going to cost him some time. Takes the apex of this penultimate corner very nicely there, and he's coming through to finish his lap. Let's see where this puts him. It's pole for Ken Leander.
Well, that's going to mix things up a bit up at the front, isn't it?
That is indeed. You've got a driver up there the Mercedes and Red Bulls do not want to see. So, following Mr. Hamilton as we speak, Steve, he's gone about 100th off his best last time round. So we're coming up to the end of sector 2, and I'll fill you in as we go, unless you're still on board with him.
Well, we're on board with him. I'm going to ask MILLZSTAR just to keep an eye out for a couple of drivers. I want to know how GT5 King's getting on, because he needs to outscore a driver today. I believe it to be hammer time to improve his position.
Yep. Wow, Mr. Hamilton's just done a 41.4 in the middle sector. He is 3 tenths up on 10th, 2 tenths overall. So this is the lap. He's got to hit every apex now.
Has he got the fuel to do it?
I hope so. He even just threw in a little ETL lift there, so showing following the rules of front row racing, coming around these last complex past the hotel. Question of the day last time out. We'll get to this one very shortly if we get a spare few minutes. So here we go, last 2 apexes, penultimate corner, this time takes it sweet, skimming the outside curve as well. Here we go, nail this final corner, and we've got a hell of a race in our hands, guys. Straight line in it, yes he is, going for pole, it's second, a 39.6.
Over Dyking set 139.4.
Wow!
Yeah, over Dyking on pole with the super softs. Now he's in a fight for 3rd place in the championship with Temp Fiat, who's currently sat in 3rd place, who's done his lap and is not out on track at the moment. Jamie James in the other Ferrari, he's currently sat in 4th place, who's done his lap and is now on an in lap. So we saw Kane Ianda a moment ago in 2nd place, he's down to 5th. That's how quickly things are changing. Curly Whirly in 7th place, Speed and Sunrise in 8th, F1 Roadrunner in 9th, GT5 King has just jumped up. Where did GT5 King go? No, he went downwards as somebody else went upwards. I didn't see what happened there. So another driver has put a time in somewhere. But breaking clays, that's so it was. Super Softs in 6th position. DP, he's out on track at the moment. He's currently sat in 12th place. He's on an outlap. MILLZSTAR, let me know when Fun Racing DP gets to start his flying lap. We've only got 3 minutes to go. Danny Railton, he's on a lap. Looks like he's about to complete sector 1 on the ultra soft tyres. It's a 19.0 sector 1, but he's outbraked himself. He abandoned the lap on that one. That's unfortunate. Mornay down in 14th place. Duo Finn, he's out on a lap, but he's on, I would say, an in lap. He's avoiding somebody there, I would say. Erna Urchin coming down in towards the end of sector 1, and it's an 18.6. He's just done a lap, and he put him in 16th place. Just wondering whether this is his in lap. Could quite possibly be, but okay.
Quick white belt, Steve. I'm following Breaking Plays at the moment. If you've gone a bit quiet, he's my underdog for the day. He's a guy that seems to have pace around here in the practice sessions, and he's hitting some damn good sector times here. So he may find himself on the second or third row on the super soft compound.
Sorry to interrupt. DP's about to start his lap now. Just coming across the line.
Okay, I've just been informed as well that DP, his super softs are not new ones. So this must be another run he's having to do on them, which may affect his race strategy. But yeah, coming to get you. Let's have a look at these compared to purple sectors. The sector 1 is at 18.0. Is that about a tenth off?
Ooh, about half a tenth, Steve. That's a good solid time.
Okay, interesting line into the hairpin. Carries quite a nice amount of speed through it as he heads up towards the DRS line, where he'll be able to open that rear DRS wing to give him a faster straight line speed. Looking at his speedo, it's just about hitting 200 miles an hour now. Will he get up to about 212, or is it a bit lower? It's 212. Brakes nicely. A little bit of a lock up on that front left, sends him a bit deep into the hairpin, but keeps it under control and manages to avoid those orange sausage curbs coming up to the end of sector 2. What's the purple sector 2 at the moment?
41.4.
41.4 of Mr. Hamilton. It's a 41.8. So still a strong run from DP, but we're looking probably second to third row here. I don't think he's going to get necessarily onto the front row. A little bit wide. There's his ETL lift as well. Nice to see and hear. This corner is my horrible corner around this circuit. I always end up braking too late, very deep, and as you go towards the hotel. A few more corners to go. Anyone else out on circuit, MILLZSTAR?
Durofin's on a lap at the moment. He's just a few corners behind DP actually, and let me just quickly see what DP does here. Oh, he goes 9th for 40.2.
Update, guys. We have a new provisional pole sitter at the moment. Simo 139.2.
And we should not be surprised by that, because he is a phenomenal driver. But that's pushing down some of the potential drivers for the constructors down the field a little bit. So Duo Finn, a couple more corners to go, and his lap time's going to be 43.0. But I think it looked like he was more setting himself up for another run, and I don't think anyone's going to get another lap in after him. If he's got the fuel on board, he might be quite good here. MILLZSTAR, have a look, see if DP's still pushing. Has he gone for another fast lap? What was his first sector?
Kane Lyanda, literally just before he got teleported, Kane Lyanda just set a new fastest first sector of 17.8, I think it is. Wow,
that is a fast sector. Let's have a look at Kane Lyanda, see what he can do. What tyres is he on? He is on the purple Ultra Softs. That's the end of... That's right, I was just trying to figure out where he was on the circuit for a moment then. It's coming up to the end of sector 2. MILLZSTAR, if you press pause and go to the race director, you'll be able to tell us Kane's second sector as well.
Sure. Has he passed that line now, yeah?
He has now.
He set a 42.2 and he's now invalidated his lap actually.
Oh
so
dear.
That's his qualifying over.
And do we have DP out there still on a lap?
Yeah, DP's still pushing. He matched his first sector. He's gone a tenth faster.
He's gone for the pit lane.
But it hasn't. Yeah, I was going to say it hasn't been a great lap in that final sector. But it's good to see. Top 10. Still a surprising result.
11th.
Oh, sorry, 11th now. Sorry, my bad.
Well, if he's starting 11th, isn't that a good place to start, because he can get a choice of fresh rubber?
That's the best place.
I'd rather start 11th than 10th, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we've got a Leica out under the hotel. Currently sat in 9th position on the ultra soft tyres. He'll be looking to try and improve on his position, reserving today for A-cut.
Mornay's just gone second. Wow! Sorry,
Who?
guys.
Who?
Sorry, Mornay's just put himself second. What a lap!
Amazing.
He's under a tenth. Sorry, Steve.
It's alright, Mornay is on it this season. Mornay's absolutely on it. I was going through the cars to see who was on the circuit still, and I didn't see Mornay's name up, otherwise I would have watched it.
He's been a very sneaky man at the end of this season towards the back end, and I'll tell you what, that is impressive. He's gone and it's just blown this race wide open, and it's wow.
Most memorable moment of the season right there. That was just incredible commentary. That was just.
While we're waiting, while we're waiting for the results of qualifying to come up on the screen, MILLZSTAR, if there's any drivers' pre-race comments you'd like to just read out for us, that'd be great.
Sure. Have we done Hammer Time's comments? I don't think we have. So Hammer Time, we asked him, it's been a difficult season for you, but what can we expect from you here in Abu Dhabi? He said he's going to bring a balanced set of tyres, and he said, yeah, it's been difficult. The game hasn't suited him at all, and he struggled to get the power down early, and hopefully next year's game will suit him better. Don't think you can expect anything good from him around here, he said, and he's only done 5 laps. He's lost the motivation to practice.
Well, I think we saw that in qualifying. We're just going to hold you there, MILLZSTAR, while we've got the results up on screen. Dave, do you want to go through those results we've got up on screen?
Yeah, sure, Steve. Well, as usual, Simo finds himself at the sharp end, this time on pole with a 1:39.2 on Super Softs. Followed up by Mornay on the Ultras, 39.3, he's right there, so hopefully make the jump. And then third we have Overdyke on the Super Softs with a 39.4. That's your top 3. So flying through the order, we've got Mr. Hamilton 4th on the Super Softs, 10th Thea on the Super Softs in 5th. Interesting battle, keep an eye on those 2 drivers. Then from there we've got Jamie James in 6th, Kane Lander 7th, the next Ultra Soft runner, followed up by GT5 King on the Ultras again. Breaking Clay's in 9th for Renault on the Super Softs, a like amount in the other Renault, on the Ultras, sorry, and Breaking Plays on the Supers, my mistake. Moving on to 11th, we've got Curly Willy, the other Mercedes driver stand-in on the Super Softs, followed up by DP in 12th for Force India in the Super Softs, in my car, not a bad job. 13th, Bleeding Sunrise, Red Bull, Super Softs, interest in there, we've got 2 runners up the front, 2 runners down the rear, so see how those guys develop. They are fighting for the constructors. 14th, we have F1 Roadrunner on the Super Softs. Then we have Danny Relton in 15th. Then we have Erna Erkham in Haas on the Ultra Softs in 16th. Duo Finn in 17th. Followed up by MILLZSTAR, myself, and GP with Hammer Time bringing up the rear. No time set.
Okay.
I can't see the short qualifying results. Is this normal?
It might be the issue that because you were disconnected and then rejoined. So there may be that, but also bear in mind, MILLZSTAR, that when we go to the race start, your lights may go out before the others, so be careful you don't drive too quickly and shunt the car ahead of you. But what I would recommend you do is don't move your car until the cars in front move. That way you won't make Hammer Time behind us do a jump start. Okay. So even if your lights go green, just kind of like be patient and wait for the cars in front to go. So just going to remind...
No.
10th Fear.
Sorry guys, yeah, 10th Fear's just left the session.
Well, just to give you an idea of what the ruling is on that, we've also got 10th Fear. Yeah, 10th Fear is still loading. It says MILLZSTAR still loading as well.
Should I leave the lobby?
See if you can leave and come back. Yes, just leave and come back, and that might help us go through. But for 10th Fear, that is going to be a disaster. It should, though, allow him to start the race, but maybe after the 2nd lap. If he can't get back in time and get in his car during the formation lap, he might have to wait till the 2nd lap of the race. Now that will be a big-time disaster for the Constructors' Championship. So
that is indeed. I mean, yeah. Wow, so we're looking forward to a great battle, as hopefully 10th can get back and make it happen.
Yeah, strategy here, Dave, what would you be going with?
We've got 2 option guys, first one being Super Softs, that would be the one I'd go for. The second one, you've got 2 sets of Ultras and 2 sets of Softs, but a 1-stop is possible, so keep your eyes out for the 1-stoppers.
Okay, thank you very much. Now what we're going to do here, I will need to leave the lobby and rejoin again so that we get to see the start of the I was going to say qualifying session, start of the race from the broadcast view. That way we get to see everything straight away. Yes,
because I'm spectating, should I just stay?
No, yeah, click spectate, MILLZSTAR, but don't rejoin your car. Yeah, that would be the best thing to do. because basically that's pretty much what I do as well.
So I think we've had the highlight of the race been brought up already with 10th year leaving. So anything else going to catch your eye this race, Steve? Because we've got a few battles throughout the table.
Well, I mean, Mercedes have got it all to do, but apart from the battle for the constructors, the battle for the third place is now blown wide open. Well, not wide open. Over Dyking and 10th year are in the battle for third place in the championship, as well as 10th year being in battle for the constructors. So that's giving the upper hand to Over Dyking on that. The other battles on the field, down the field, constructors-wise, you mentioned something about your team, Force India, being in a battle for constructors. Explain that situation for us.
Yeah, we were until I let DP have my car. But no, moving on. It's we were in a battle. I believe we were around 7 points behind Williams, so it was a battle that could have gone to the wire. But it's interesting because, as Steve said, what would that be for next season? It's how you choose your car if you stay with the same teammate. So I've kind of stitched myself up.
Yeah. We will explain the situation with the constructors' standings and what that means for next season, or what it should mean for next season, unless there's a massive change of rules, which I doubt will be. I imagine there'll be too many changes, will there, Dave?
Well, I'll have to keep 10th year in line, won't I? It's not so much me. No, there shouldn't be too many rule changes, because as I say, and as the old grandparents and old man says, don't change what isn't broken. So here we go, Steve, coming around the final corner.
Yeah, someone's car has just come out of a situation there, and has it removed them from the grid? It has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th. I think that. Oh no, I think that might have been. That can't have been 10th year's car, can it? Well, let me get back up on the front, because the lights are on, and the lights are going to be going out shortly. There they go. The lights are out. The cars are underway. Tyres are smoking, and let's just hope that everybody's been able to get in their cars. Yeah, that Salva's lagging all over the place. Sorry, not a Salva, Toro Rosso lagging. But we do have Simo running away into the lead at the moment, and he is closely followed by Mornay, and then Over Dyking with Mr. Hamilton 44 in 4th place. And we're coming up to the tight hairpin before the first long straight, and this is the first opportunity people will get to use a bit of slipstream, a bit of raw power, and see who can do what with the cars ahead of them. Looks like it's very busy down the back of the field. What can you see, Dave?
Oh, it's all kicking off. I'm on board with Danny Railton. He's got Bleeding Sunrise behind him. He's got a pack of cars left, right, centre. There's no... Oh! Touched out. They're all being kind. McLaren going up the inside. Oh,
He's just been touched by Danny Railton. He's okay though.
Ooh, okay there. Yeah, that was Danny Railton with the Force India. But yeah, a lot going off back here, Steve. Swipping and swapping. Bleeding Sunrise under pressure now from F1 Roadrunner. But no, all looking steady. Not a lot kicking off back here at the moment, Steve. They're all being very, very smart and biding their time in the final round.
Okay, I did see a Manor kick sideways and off a bit of a curb, and I think in the Manor is Kane Ianda. Have a look to see where he is, because I think he may have just lost a handful of places.
18th. I think there's been a crash because GP. Oh, Kane Ianda. Something's happened here, and I think there's something wrong with GP's car at the moment.
DP.
He seems to be going quite slowly.
I'm GP, he's DP.
I'm very confused, I'm sorry.
I just want to give you guys an update though. 10th year is back, he's racing, he's 20th. Hell of a lot to do for himself today.
That is a long way to come back from, but if anyone can do it, Temp can. Mornay though, he's under pressure from Over Dyking. We also saw on the opening lap the other Ferrari of Jamie James losing control or breaking himself, I think, into the first chicane. So I think Jamie James has lost a handful of places as well, as these first 4 cars start to make a bit of a break for it.
Sorry to interrupt. In the Leica it's gone very, very wide, and he's now side by side with Bleeding Sunrise, and he's lost that position quite quickly. F1 Roadrunner looking to go round the outside of him, and he looks like he may get swamped here. Ooh, F1 Roadrunner takes a position. He's down to 13th, and it looks like yeah, he lost 2 positions there just from that one little off moment.
Just want to cut you off. I've got Jamie James going past. Sorry, catch my breath there. Yeah, Jamie James has just taken over one of the Williams there. That would be GT5 King, who's looking to come back for him down the second DRS straight, no DRS. But Jamie James is looking very, very quick in a straight line, guys. So, yeah, move done. Falling in.
Mornay and over Dyking battling for third place here.
Yeah, so it's another Williams Ferrari, and Mornay trying to go around the outside into the triple right-hander, and not able to make that work there. I thought Simo was going to hit a wall then.
Oh.
Lighting up the tyres as they go underneath the hotel, and they're not taking it easy, are they, guys?
No, from what I can see, you've got literally from front to back, Steve, just skimmed through. They're all going for it, so hell of a show. Final round, this is what we all want, guys.
Yeah, Millstar, if you could quickly run through who is on what tyres, but we may have to cut you off if there's an overtake here, because Mornay looks like he's lining up because he'll have DRS on this lap.
Okay, yep, Simo 911 is on super softs. Mr. Hamilton's also on super soft, so is over Dyking. Mornay is the highest placed ultra soft runner at the moment in 4th. Breaking Clay is 5th on super soft. Jamie James in 6th on super softs as well. GT5 King, the next ultra soft runner in 7th. Curly Whirly, the only soft runner in the top 10 in 8th. From Racing DP is on super softs. Danny Roughton in 10th is on ultras. Bleeding Sunrise is on super softs. F1 Roadrunner is also on super softs. Alai Kamal is on ultra softs. Eruption's on softs. Hammer Time's on super softs. Duofin is on softs. And yeah, that's it. I think that's it. Ken Lyanda is on softs, actually, yeah. And so Temph is on softs as well.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, guys. I just want to point out, I don't know what's happened to Hammer Time. He's already lost his front wing, so not a great start to the race. That's basically race over. Super soft compound, no front wing, long way to go back to the pits.
Yeah, Bleeding Sunrise making a move here on Danny Railton towards the second, the end of the second sector there into the triple chicane, and nicely done. So that's Bleeding Sunrise up now to 10th position.
Oh, sorry, got to cut you off. DP going right round the outside of GT5 King, double right-hander, as he made it stick. Oh, little bit of touch. Beautiful move. He's not lost it. Good stuff. That's what I like to see by DP there. Next victim, Curly Whirly. The man's not lost his touch. What's going on, Steve?
He was just winding everyone up with his qualifying position as Mr. Hamilton sets the fastest lap, followed by Over Dyking with the fastest lap. But I've got a feeling there'll be a few more, as they would have been using the DRS on this lap. Wow.
Like first pit stop. Just coming in now.
Is that for damage? Oh, but actually, lap 4, ultra soft. Is that about right?
Could go. We saw it last year actually with Hindle, who pitted early and then went really long in the World Series, and it helped him out in the race. So maybe he's got a strategy he's already working. He's gone on soft tyres.
Yeah,
I just want to point out to you, Steve. I said about DP. I know he's Front Row Racing's admin for 5 years, but he's lining up Curly Whirly right now in DRS. Here he comes.
Talk us through it.
Down the DRS straight. Curly Whirly going defensive very, very early. DP's got the straight line speed. No, going for it. Is he going to throw it?
Curly Whirly.
He's there. He's going tight. Ooh, nice. DP. Ooh, close. Has he kept everything yet? He's
GT5
still going.
King. GT5 King just straight lined that chicane completely. Actually, he's lost 2 positions, about to be 3, because Danny Roughton looks like he may have an opportunity to make a move here. Is he going to go for it? He does. He braked really late, and that's a really nice move, that.
DP's still not giving up on Curly Whirly though, has he, Dave?
No, he is very, very hungry, going very tight across the apex there. This was his favoured move last time, throwing it around the outside. He's got a Red Bull Bleeding Sunrise for company. Looked like he was going for the switch back there. Steady. Curly Whirly's very defensive. DP along the outside, bad camera angle. What we got, Steve?
Well, we've gone on board with DP to see exactly from his point of view, and he's still right up the rear of Curly Whirly as we go into another lap at this Abu Dhabi circuit.
We do, and there's a whole train here now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars off. So for 7th place, we've got a right scrap. We've got a car in the pits. Who is that?
Mornay just pitted for super softs, I think it is. Yep.
Okay, we've got Curly Whirly then still out on the circuit on lap 5 with his ultra softs on. How far can he go with the ultra softs on?
Sorry, Steve, I got to cut you off. You may want to go look at Mr. Hamilton. He's doing it in DRS now on Simo. He's caught him back up.
Yeah, he is. While we're watching that, keep an eye on DP, because I think DP might be a bit closer than what Mr. Hamilton was, or is.
Going
but yeah, Mr. Hamilton though, he is on those ultra soft tyres as well, he's going to be thinking about a pit stop anytime soon, surely. I know they don't like doing many more laps than what they've done already.
Oh, move. Let me just quickly go and see who that is. I can catch up with them. Nope, there's no move there.
Yeah, just a little bit of an update for you on DP, Steve. He's in 7th. Curly Whirly's tractions. Wow, I've just watched him pull 3 car lengths out on DP. That was quite immense there. So, but it's looking quite steady back here, fighting for 6th place with a 3-car train now. The pack seems to have split back here.
Yeah.
Tim Landers just pitted for soft tyres.
Okay, thank you. Keep an eye on that pit lane, Millstar, because I've got a feeling the end of this lap there's going to be many more heading that way. As it's probably going to be Mr. Hamilton. No, he's gone for another lap. He's obviously feeling very comfortable and confident on those tyres. Now, Dave, would it benefit him the more laps he does now on those tyres? And how will it benefit him?
It could. What all Mr. Hamilton's got to do today is he's got both Mercedes behind him as we speak, and he knows that. So he's just got to play it safe, get as many points as he can, and hope Bleeding Sunrise pulls his weight behind and they'll walk this. Mr. Hamilton, his options: play it safe, follow Simo. If he goes long, you go long. Could see a short stint on the ultras at the end with a 2-stop window. So who knows?
The 2 highest placed ultra soft runners, GT5 King and Danny Ralton, have both pitted. GT5 King's gone on to softs, but Danny Ralton's gone on to super softs.
Yeah, if I could just bring your attention, Steve, if you haven't noticed, we've got a Force India in a sandwich between Bleeding Sunrise and Curly Whirly. I could see this getting very, very feisty given the circumstances. The RS Open down the first zone.
Mr. Hamilton's going, sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hamilton's going for a move on Simo here. Down the back straight, this is for the lead of the race. Oh, Simo looked like he made a late defensive move, but he's not been able to make a move there. They're going to stick in first and second.
I'm surprised unless I'm seeing it differently. Am I right in saying Mr. Hamilton is on ultra soft tyres, the purple wall tyres?
No, he isn't. He's on super soft tyres.
Okay, then I apologise.
Same as MILLZSTAR.
Okay, I apologise to absolutely everybody that's watching this broadcast, because you're seeing purple tyres on Mr. Hamilton's car. You've seen him do nearly 6 laps on them, plus his qualifying. He's not on ultra soft tyres. They are red tyres, not purple. So that's why I was a bit confused and why he had not gone for the pit lane yet, and also how he was able to keep up with Simo, as his tyres should have had so much degradation on them now that he would have been facing the opposite direction.
I think he's got a chance to make a move here. Not here actually, but going down that back straight and the main straight if he could get close enough.
Now, what's the best thing to do here? Use the first DRS to get close and the second one to overtake? Or if you're close enough in that first one, you just go for it?
Depends really. Depends where the guy sort of, if he moves out to the left, does it affect your, I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just going to go with the back straight thing.
What's your opinion, Dave?
Well, everyone knows my trick. Steve pointed out back in Singapore, I would attack in the first one, park it on this apex that Mr. Hamilton's just gone past, and then make the car wait for me to go so they can't get the run on me. But Mr. Hamilton looked like he got it here. Simo's staying to the inside on the left. He's gone out to the outside. Can he make it stick around the outside? Simo's keeping it there. Simo's hit him. Whoa, that was... Sorry, Mill. Did you get a better look than me? Because I was on board.
No, you got the same look as me. I think Simo tried to sort of keep his tyre there to try and force Mr. Hamilton to go out wide, but I don't think Mr. Hamilton knew he was still alongside him and they've just touched a little bit.
Bit of one of those situations where you take a lot, but the other driver's got to give you a bit. So they're still going. They're going in the right direction. So a bit unfortunate, but yeah, keep on going, guys. Good stuff so far.
Okay, MILLZSTAR, in a moment I'm going to be coming to you for Simo's pre-race comments. Seems he's leading the race, it'd be interesting to know what he says.
Hammer time's got terminal damage.
Well, his dreadful season has come to a dreadful end, unfortunately. Commiserations for him, but I'm sure we'll see him back on circuit again next season. Because he is, I'm pretty sure he said something about him, he's hoping the next game suits his driving style more. But yeah, MILLZSTAR, Simo was leading this race a moment ago until he was overtaken. What was Simo's pre-race comments?
Well, he keeps it simple, as we know, and we asked him, is it possible to win at Abu Dhabi with a one-stop strategy? He said, yes. maybe the ultra soft is not usable. That's all he said.
That is about 5 more words than he would normally use. So yeah.
DP, get on board with DP. It's the closest battle. He's right up Curly Willy's gearbox now. See if he's got the straight line speed to get this done. But Curly Willy's pulling. He's still pulling. So I don't know what the. Oh, bleeding. Is he gonna?
No, smart
No, he
decision.
doesn't think about it.
Oh, they're gonna touch. They're gonna touch. He crashed. DP's gone.
To my car! Sorry, guys. What are you doing? Straight away, DP!
Oh, no! What is this? It's my ear.
Sorry, guys, I've had my emotional breakdown there.
He's about to be
moving on.
overtaken by Enerochen. He's down to 11th place.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys saw how long it took him to spin the car around.
Yes, we saw that. I thought I would show that for everyone.
He's doing some donuts before the race is finished.
Well, I'm going back up to the front. I can't watch my car go backwards. So
Okay.
it's the next fight. Bleeding Sunrise, Curly Whirly, going around the final, well, penultimate corner. What's Bleeding Sunrise going to do being on the super softs? He's going for another lap. Yes, he is. So might be the next scrap. I'll keep an eye on this, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention though, again, Curly Whirly is showing on my screen as on the Ultra Softs. So again,
he's on the
apologies.
softs.
Yeah, I thought he might be on the Super Softs. So apologies again to the viewers. Curly Whirly is not on the purple tyres. Yeah, he's on the red tyres. So thanks
He's
very
currently
much.
in a battle with Bleeding Sunrise. If you want to jump on board with
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
there's
watching
another
it,
bounce.
watching it currently. Bleeding Sunrise at the end of Sector 1 there, very close. Millstar, talk us through this. If it's Judd DRS, will he make the move?
Okay, so he's on fresh tyres, Bleeding Sunrise, so you'd expect him to get a better run with the better grip out of this corner. Depending on temp for his setup, we'll see if he can close up. He's closing up slowly. He's going to have to make a late move. Is he going to go for it here? Ooh. I think he tried to fit his car in a gap that wasn't there and he sort of backed out, but he's got a chance through this back straight here. But it looks like Temp Fizz actually had quite a good run.
It was Curly.
And, I think he's going to...
Curly Whirly.
Sorry. Curly Whirly. I've made a lot of mistakes already today. Yep, I think he's held the position for now. He should be fine.
Okay, that'll probably wait again until the next DRS straight. Dave, who else have we got? Has anyone else gone for the pit lane? What else do we see out there?
Well, at the moment, I've just jumped back to the leaders to see what these guys are doing, and they've just literally passed the pit box again, Steve. So these guys ain't coming in, and I've got Simo on his dash. Go on, Millie.
Ken Lander, I think that's terminal damage.
Ooh,
Yes.
what happened? You see it?
No, it isn't actually. No, sorry. I thought it was terminal damage.
We've got an attempt to overtake. Bleeding Sunrise tried to put his car up alongside on the last corner to get up alongside Curly Whirly. Didn't quite make it stick as they head now into turn 1. Bleeding Sunrise looking even more eager to get past Curly Whirly.
Bleeding Sunrise has a problem, I think.
His car has just slowed down. Yes, what was that?
Now Mornay's going to go for a move here. No, he isn't. He backed out of it. No, there's something wrong with his car. He's going really wide. Really wide, sorry.
I'm wondering whether he got damage or...
Mornay's just gone for a switchback move on him.
I'm wondering if he's got technical difficulties.
Maybe. I'm just going to look on the race director to see if anything's happened to him. He's got a stop-go penalty. Bleeding Sunrise has a stop-go penalty. So is Curly Whirly actually.
And what were they for? Does it say what it was for?
Ignoring yellow flags. I think that's due to Kane Lander's retirement, but I'm not sure why they've got the yellow flags. I think Bleeding Sunrise slowed down to try and let Mornay through before he got the stop-go.
I'm wondering if it gave him an illegal overtake under the yellows and gave him so long to let the car through. And
that's why he tried to slow down.
Yeah, but that's a weird one because I don't think Mornay was necessarily ahead of him. Well, there we go. He is ahead of him now, and that's unfortunate for Bleeding Sunrise. But if it is for something that we feel, the driver feels was unnecessary, he can always report it to the front of racing race directors to have a look at. He might be able to get that stop-go penalty removed and the time added back onto his race. But doesn't help the situation he finds himself in right now, though, does it?
No, it
It's
doesn't. I
bad
just
news
want
to
to give
Curly
you...
Wurly as well.
Yeah, just an update on pit stops, guys. Mornay's already pitted, so he is in that battle. Other pitters from that, Breaking Clays has made one stop. Jamie James is in the pit now. GT5 King, Danny Rattle and F1 Roadrunner, and the guys behind have all made stops, so it's that top four, still not to stop. A few more drivers still to stop yet.
I think that Simo and Mr. Hamilton are going to pit once and go to the softs to the end, actually.
Yeah, quite possibly.
You could be right there.
Yeah. If they're going to do that, what sort of lap are they going to be looking to get to?
Ooh, considering that they've already got the super softs for 12 laps, well, I think they would have to probably get to lap 13 or 14.
Okay, now
Yeah,
sorry, I was just going to say, don't forget as well, only 5 seconds off, within 6 seconds behind the leader is over Dykink. Still on circuit on his super soft tyres. You've got to say that he's in with a chance here. If those two get a bit of a tangle, or Overdykking gets an undercut, he could put himself in the lead.
Yeah, very true. Just looking at Mornay, Steve, he's now looking at the back of Curly Wurly's gearbox, so I don't know if Curly Wurly is comfortable on these soft tyres. He's running wide. Mornay coming down. No, thinks better of it at the hotel. Very, very tight there. Yeah, very tight. So coming around the penultimate corner, Mornay, are we lining him up? No, better exit though. Whoa, he's looking good. Coming around the final corner, I reckon this move is inevitable down the RS straight. As long as he can keep going straight, he's going for it down the outside.
Has
Is
to
he?
be patient here. Should be patient. He will give Curly Wurly DRS if he tries to pass now. I think that's why he keeps backing out of it. Oh, got very close there actually.
Getting a bit tight for comfort. I hate that old expression, you know, driving in the car with your mum and you've got that pretend brake pedal there. It's just not working, guys. No, so here we go, coming around the hairpin. Well, lining up the hairpin now. He's looking close, looking very aggressive. Nice wide line there, opens up the corner better than Curly Wurly. Exit tracks him down. Has he got the straight line speed to match Curly Wurly? We've seen DP struggle.
Oh, Curly.
Bit of a wiggle there. What was that? But Mornay flying. Here we go, way before the braking zone, alongside. Easy move. Can he keep it down second behind straight? Oh, he's outbraked himself. Very deep. Tight apex now. Curly Wurly surely got the run.
Who's
Here
got
we
the
go,
best straight
on the
line
outside.
speed?
Yeah, talk us through it, Millie.
Oh, Curly Wurly's just decided to go back into a slipstream here, but it looks like Mornay's got a better straight line speed out of the two, and he'll keep the position for now.
Well, an update for you on that, Millie. Mornay did pit. These are new super softs, so Curly Wurly struggling on slightly older softs there.
Okay, I was just going to say, with Curly weaving, I think he knew that position was already gone. I think he was just signalling to Mornay or something. I don't know.
Could possibly be. You never know.
Oh, Simo's pitted. Who's that in front of Simo? I think that's Mr. Hamilton. They've both pitted. Mr. Hamilton's gone for soft tyres. So is Simo. Over Dykink's pitting as well. He's also gone for soft tyres. He hasn't got an undercut there. They've all pitted on the same lap at the same time.
Yeah, so the order stays the same.
Mornay may stick his nose into this battle. He's currently third coming around the exit of turn one. I can see Simo coming out the pits. Not quite close enough, but Mornay's found himself in a potential podium position for the end of the
He's going to
week.
have to stop again. I think he's going to have to stop again.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to be stopping again with those super soft tyres on, but he can quite easily put another set of super softs on and be fast again. While you've got the front runners on soft tyres, they've got to make them last to the end if they're going to be going for the one stop. But you've got to say though that is it possible from here to the end on those soft tyres?
I think so.
It's
my car-
tight. Last few laps will be. You'll be on the edge, but it's doable. It's doable.
My car's got to stop though, Michi.
What was that for? Speed in the pit lane too many times.
Ignoring yellow flags.
Okay, so great race then by Mornay then. After all the cars have pitted, he finds himself only 5 seconds off the lead with Curly Wurly just behind him, who I believe has not pitted yet, who is currently sat in 4th place. So Curly Wurly then, if he'd surely be looking at pitting this lap, then he's got to be pitting soon, hasn't he? He can't be taking these tyres too much further.
I reckon he might be trying to go the other way to Mr. Hamilton and Simo here try and do the one stop in reverse and come on a charge at the end. So it'll be interesting. But currently, guys, with the situation in the constructors, Red Bull stays like this, are champions.
Okay, just confirm then, as Curly Whirly, his tyres are not correct to what we're seeing on the broadcast. What colour are Curly Whirly's tyres? Don't say black.
They're black with a yellow stripe or a Pirelli sign on them, Steve.
So
he's on the soft compound.
So he started outside the top 10, he started on the soft compound?
Correct, and he's the only guy in the top 10 yet to pit.
Okay. It's so confusing when I can see ultra softs, yet they're not even super soft, they are softs. So I apologise for not understanding what tyres he was on, but he's under pressure from over Dykink in 5th place, who is also on soft tyres, but his tyres are brand new. He's got the DRS, but he's got braking plates for company as well. As he goes for the overtake and into the braking zone, he's got the move done before the corner, so easily done there, but he just needs to make sure now he gets a clear exit, and that Curly Whirly doesn't use the DRS to try and attack back at him. But I think Curly Whirly is going to be under pressure here from braking clays. It's going to be difficult though to overtake a car that's got the DRS, but braking clays is having a look at it.
Leading, have I said? Yes, I have. It's alright.
So how far is Curly Whirly going to be taking his soft tyres into the race? Many more laps? How many do you reckon?
I reckon got to be 2 more, and then he's in the window for a maximum push at the end to claw back everything he can from Mercedes, as long as braking plays doesn't get that close again. Bit of a nudge there in the rear, but see if he pops himself in. He might. Yeah, here we go. He may be on a 2-stopper here, Steve. Maybe going softs, super softs to ultras at the end, because that to me is a bit too early for a 1-stop with the super softs.
Okay, well, we'll bear in mind what tyres he goes on to, and what kind of battle he's going to be in.
As well.
Oh yeah, that is going to be disappointing for him.
Oh, this is absolutely killing Mercedes today. They are handing it to Red Bull on a China plate.
So just to
points.
I was just about to say, let's confirm where the 2 teams, the drivers from each team are. So we've got Mr. Hamilton currently running in 1st place. Where is Bleeding Sunrise currently?
Bleeding Sunrise would be in 10th. He's actually got Curly Whirly on the pit exit now. Here we go. These two are going to be side by side. Nope. Curly Whirly just slots in. So we've got one of the battles on track. Curly Whirly needs to get this done quick to claw some points back for Mercedes to give him any hope if 10th Fear can have any miracle of a comeback with 13 and the one they're on to go.
10th Fear is around 5 seconds behind Curly Whirly, actually.
I've just seen a Red Bull facing the wrong way. It's the one that's just now ahead of Bleeding Sunrise. I don't know if that's Simo or not, if someone can find out.
Curly Whirly's just gone past Bleeding Sunrise. Did you say Red Bull?
Toro Rosso, apologies. Toro Rosso. Above, in front of Curly Whirly.
Roadrunner's currently in 8th.
It would be him then.
I believe it would have been F1 Roadrunner. You've got Simo and Mr. Hamilton still up there cruising away. Gap's still the same. So yeah, F1 Roadrunner it was, guys.
Okay. So what Curly needs to do now then is open up enough of a gap so if he pits again, he's got the opportunity to come back and attack Bleeding Sunrise later on, because I think Bleeding Sunrise may be taking those tyres to the end. If he can't though, that's going to make it even easier, I'd have thought, for Curly Whirly. But I would still say though, with Mr. Hamilton's strong position in 1st place and a comfortable lead there, it looks like the constructors are currently going Red Bull's way, guys.
It does indeed, but at the same time they put on a hell of a performance. Change of drivers throughout the season, but they've dominated, so you can't take anything away. Mercedes didn't have the best of luck. But Steve, I've got a question for you.
Yep.
Has DP ever been lapped?
Oh, I've lapped him many times.
In an official race?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he came close on a couple of occasions in the past.
I bring it up. He's 1 minute 21 seconds off a possible 1-stop in Mr. Hamilton. It may be DP's last race, and it may be the first time he might get lapped, but he's still going, still giving it a go.
Yep, and fair play to him anyway.
Crash.
Yeah. Some will call it unfortunate, some will call it... oh, well, I'm not going to say. I'll keep my views to myself. Right, just going to say something though. Braken Clays is putting himself back in on the back of Overdijking. I was saying that Overdijking had a chance if the leaders slipped up, and it doesn't look like the leaders have slipped up. But I'm wondering if Overdijking has, because Braken Clay is very close now. Braken Clay's had a good result over the last few races, a couple of second places, or a second and a third, I think. And maybe should have taken the victory last time out.
A four-way battle currently going on for 7th place between GT5 King, F1 Roadrunner, who's going to touch GT5 King. Curly Whirly's just gone riding just behind him. He's just about kept his position from Bleeding Sunrise here, and they've split off into 2 groups of 2 now.
Okay, thank you very much, MILLZSTAR there. Yeah, oh, that looked like there was another
goes
attack.
for the move, and he's been hit, and he's into the wall. He's lost his front wing. That's another spin for F1 Roadrunner.
And that has got to be the worst place to lose your front wing, at the pit entry,
Right.
once you've just gone past it.
Right, just right. Yeah, that's really unlucky there. I think that's his 2nd spin today.
Yeah, well, that is unfortunate for him, and it's a long way back from there, but he'll still be wanting to finish this race, I'm sure. So I believe this is Mornay that is on. No, it's F1. Hang on, I'm on about GT5 King that is under pressure from Curly Whirly. Curly Whirly got the superior grip on those super soft tyres. DRS opens. Can he make a move into this chicane at the end of sector 1? He's thinking about it, thinks twice about it, and maybe he could have actually gone for it if he'd have committed. He may have been able to make it stick, or maybe he wants it in this DRS so that GT5 King cannot come back at him, and then he can use the superior grip to pull away in that last sector. Wants the inside, and there's the move done, and GT5 King, nothing he could do about it whatsoever. Is Bleeding Sunrise going to have a go at GT5 King? What do we reckon, MILLZSTAR?
Oh, sorry, I'm just jumping on board someone else.
No, it's fine. It's alright. No, if you're not on it, don't worry. But yeah, go on. I'll let you.
I think Red Bulls are in quite an advantageous position at the moment. He doesn't really take too many risks, but if the opportunity, is the opportunity going to arise, he's going to go for it. He is. No, he isn't. Backs out of it. Smart move. I think he's just going to wait for the DRS zone to overtake you. It should be a routine move.
It should be. I'm just going to say that GT5 King is in a battle all of his own as well against Hammer Time, who's failed to finish. And if somebody would like to just confirm this, GT5 King needs a handful of points to jump Hammer Time. But how many does he need? Bleeding Sunrise
going for a move.
Ooh, was that 6 points he needs?
Yep, sorry guys, I did that in there. It's 6 points he needs, that's the gap, so 7 would put him in, 6 would put him joined.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go yet from 9th position. He's under a lot of pressure. Could be end up going down into 10th place because Bleeding Sunrise looks like he may have this move underway. DRS, when it opens, is just going to slingshot him past. You would think, anyway.
Goes defensive. Bleeding Sunrise still goes to the left. I think GT5 King should have committed more to defending that side. He could get a good switchback move here. If he can, and they nearly touched actually. If he can get himself in a slipstream and try and make a late breaking move, Bleeding Sunrise now goes defensive and completely covers off the left side. But GT5 King is again, he settles for 9th place and he's lost that position.
Okay, so Bleeding Sunrise then gets underway to try and catch Curly Whirly and keep with him and hopefully take some more points off the Mercedes team.
Oh, I think we missed it, but I think DP is overtaking Alakama. That's 13th.
Okay. And Joey Finch still running. Your teammate out there, Dave, sat in 16th place, not in any point scoring position at the moment. But you're still going, and if only 10 cars finish, you could end up picking your point up.
He can indeed, and in our situation every point helps. I'm hoping DP can pull off a miracle here, but with the good old Mornay up in 6th, made his 2nd stop. He's a guy I'm keeping an eye on and he's doing a fantastic job. He's starting to reel in Jammy James now, so any hope for Force India has gone right out of the window at the moment.
That is rather unfortunate. So yeah, Jammy James 21 seconds behind the leader, but how far is he from a Mornay in front of him? No, Mornay's behind him by 9 seconds. It's Braken Clays that's ahead of him. Braken Clays 15, maybe 16 seconds off the lead. So you're looking at about 5 seconds, the gap there. And like you say, it's coming down. With 10 laps to go, Dave, could you read through the order of the grid, the order of the cars out on the circuit for us?
I sure can. Currently in the lead on a set of soft compound tyres is Mr. Hamilton, as most of the grid will be now. Followed up by Simo in second, Overdyke for Ferrari in third, Braking Clays in fourth, Jamie James in fifth, Mornay, not a man I'm liking at the moment, in sixth, Curly Whirly in seventh, doing everything he can from Mercedes with 10th here, just outside the point to be there in a second. Bleeding Sunrise in 8th for Red Bull, looking good for the constructors, but never curse it, touch wood, you never know what will happen. GT5 King, another Williams driver doing my head in, sat 9th in the points, and Urkum, good showing so far, in 10th for Haas. Then bringing up the outside the points is 10th here in 11th, trying to get back anything he can. F1 Roadrunner in 12th, Leica in 13th, Front Row Racing DP in 14th, Danny Relton in 15th, Duo Finn in 16th, and then it follows up us, the commentary team, with the DNFs of Kane Leander and Hammer Time.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Hamilton's actually getting closer to a lapping DP here.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Just letting you know, he's just lapped Danny Relton, who's one place behind DP. Just letting you know.
Okay, just a quick reminder about question of the day. Bit of a strange one today, and we don't really know the answer, and we're basically going to say whoever is closest to what DP's estimate is, it will be the winner of the question of the day. The question of the day is, how many laps do you think Front Row Racing DP will say he's led in his online racing career? Is that right?
Yep, spot on.
Okay, so how many laps do we think DP will say he's led? There we go, we'll find out.
Hitting, and it's all going to happen now. Mr. Hamilton's going to lap him. It's going to happen.
Bad to worse. Bad to worse. Of course, India, of course, is absolutely smashing his head on the table at the moment, DP. What are you doing?
Well, think of it this way, you'll save 1 lap of fuel.
There's always a bonus in there, Steve.
Yep.
Just going to watch him get laps just as a memory for
yeah. We just saw it, he was just moving away from his pit box, and Mr. Hamilton's gone around now turn 2, heading towards turn 3. And yep, DP now is a lap down from Mr. Hamilton. It just goes to show when you don't practice for a whole season on a game.
Nearly cleared it with Simo there.
Ooh.
Imagine the scenes.
Well, Simo, second place. That's quite a strong running for Simo at the moment. He's had some good results. Yeah, he does have Front Racing DP behind him. That lap down now, like you said. So how is Overdyking doing in third place, 15 seconds off the lead? I'm pretty sure he'll be quite confident with that. He'll probably be hoping that the guys in front will be doing a 2-stop and he's doing a 1-stop, and then he knows he'll have them. But I don't think they're going to. I think those front 3 are all going to be doing that 1-stop race, which has surprised me today, because I thought that the 2-stop was going to be much quicker. Or do you think there's a reason why the 1-stop has worked for the front runners today?
I think the 2-stop is quicker myself. It's more traffic. I mean, I'm actually looking at the race directors as we speak. The highest 2-stop runner is Mornay, followed by Jamie James now. A little bit further down, 10th here for an incident earlier on. But the front 4, 1-stop in, and if you get clear track, clear run at it, be consistent, you can make it work, as Mr. Hamilton and Simo have done towards the back end of the season. So great stuff from them. But I hope they get a puncher.
2 Force
Okay.
India is just running together, actually, just a couple of seconds between them. Duo from Racing DP.
Yeah, DP down in 16th place. It's not a position that he's used to being in, but we know what he's like. He won't give up. No, he only ever gives up on FIFA. But then again, he doesn't even give up on that. He gets sent off, so they can't really say that's giving up.
Closest battle I can see on track is for 14th place, Duo Finn and Danny Relton. You want to get rid of one, I guess. This could get kind of complicated with Simo coming up to lap the 2 of them. Duo Finn going to go for a move, Danny Relton's going to really defensive. It's not for points, but it's for pride, I guess. It's the last race of the season. It's side by side.
It's not giving me a very good camera view.
Or Simo's. This is going to get rid of. No. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. DP's getting involved. Oh, I don't. DP's gonna take the both of them here.
DP's gonna take the lot.
He's gonna take Simo as well.
Beautiful.
Lovely move. He used Simo there as Danny Ralton and Jerkin slowed down to let him through. He used Simo to just get past both of them. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that's a tactic I used to use when you're a lap down. Make sure you follow a car that's getting blue flags. Wave to the cars ahead. So when they get through, you jump through as well. Very useful move that from DP there.
I just want to let you guys know, I've just looked back behind him, like we know, Overdyke's back there. Breaking Clays is holding a decent gap to him, around 3.5 seconds. If Overdyke gets caught up in this fight, in any which way, this is going to bring Breaking Clays right onto the back of that Ferrari's gearbox.
I'm just wondering now whether we're going to have any last minute incidents like we saw in the last F1 race with tyres not managing to get to the end. We saw Vettel and Raikkonen get those punches at Silverstone in the last couple of laps. Are we in danger of any of these front runners having the same situation?
Depends how they manage their tyres, really.
Yeah, possibly. Exactly what MILLZSTAR said there. It's tyre management. How hard do you push? The man that's in the prime seat at the moment is Mr. Hamilton. That traffic for Simo's cost him about 4 seconds. So, if anyone's going to do it, it's Mr. Hamilton. But looking back, Breaking Clays is starting to make a little bit of headway into Overdyke, a 10th here and a 10th there. So, yeah, I can't wait to see Overdyke come up to the back of this track.
DP's catching up to Simo. This could get interesting. This is really... He's right on the back of Simo, actually. I don't know if he's going to try and unlock himself.
He might well do, because Simo's on his tyres that are on a 1-stop, got to get to the end, and DP's on a 2-stop, super sauce, and, you know, if it's... You can't say he's not going to be quick enough, because I believe that he would be quick enough to pull away from Simo with the compound difference. So he came out of the pits near him, and it's just to be a matter of once you get ahead, make sure you pull away. I'm sure Simo would completely understand that. Yeah. Okay, let's have a little look at Mr. Hamilton, the race leader. How are his tyres looking? Let's have a good zoom in on them. They're looking nice and shiny, they are. Don't look like they've got too much graining on them, no blisters on them. He's got 4 laps plus this one, so pretty much 5 laps to go. But when you're out in the lead, Dave, how do you able to save your tyres and still lead the race?
You're asking the wrong person, Steve. Have you not seen my racing when I'm in the lead? I get punches and get too carried away with myself.
Interestingly enough, I had a race, I think it was yesterday, where I was in the lead for the whole time. Normally you just don't want to take any risks, put the car's fuel in lean, assuming that you can manage the gap to the car behind. Yeah, just to be smooth with your turn movements. Apart from that, there's not really much you can do.
Yeah, and what you'd have to do is hope that everybody behind you is pushing on rich and braking late and hard and are burning up their tyres trying to catch you up. So even if they do get to you, they haven't got the tyre wear to stay with you when they catch you. Because looking at...
Exactly.
I was just going to say, Simo's front tyres look completely different to Mr. Hamilton's tyre life. Man, Simo's mirrors are still full of front racing DP, and I'm just wondering if
time he's just sticking with the top runners.
Yeah, Danny Ralton left the session. I didn't see a retirement, so I'm pretty sure that may be disconnection. It's rather unfortunate for Danny Ralton.
He did retire.
He did. Oh, that's unfortunate as his season comes to an end. I'm just wondering whether we're going to see DP go for an overtake on Simo here.
Come on, DP. You want me to do it. Come on.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I was DP, I'd be wanting to catch up Mr. Hamilton and unlap myself completely.
Oh my god! You just got for us! Oh my god!
What was that? Well, we know he can go out on the brakes, guys. That. Whoa!
I think he outbraked himself. He tried to get out of the way almost. Yeah,
quite possibly, and I'm pretty sure his heart would be in his mouth right now. Because one thing you don't want to do is crash into someone that's a lap ahead of you, that's in a podium position. Now, that may just say to DP, do you know what, I'll keep out his way. But you never know with DP. How's Breaking Clays doing with overdiking? Is he catching him up?
They're holding about station. The gap has currently opened up slightly to around 4.5 seconds, maybe a little bit more, but the guys now know the little pack we saw fighting of the lap cars, and then the cars are coming through on the lead lap now, so they're all jumping out of the way as soon as they can. Apart from Mr. DP, that although he's not on the same lap, wants to scrap with Mr. Sino. We may see it, who knows. But everything seems to have pulled down back here, Steve, so...
Yeah.
That's all forming between Curly Whirly and Bleeding Sunrise. Bleeding Sunrise actually caught Curly quite a bit through the straight just there. I don't think he'd be close enough here to make a move down this back straight, but I definitely think he'll catch up, even though Curly's on super softs on my screen, so don't know how he's catching him up there unless Curly's had a problem, but I think that's a battle for the next lap.
Well, Curly's got to take these super softs a long way to make this one stop work. That's why Bleeding Sunrise will be able to keep with him.
Is anyone seeing Curly's gearing is really weird? His revs.
Oh, are they really low, or is it the sound, the noise of it?
Really high, like he's not shifting up.
Oh right, that's sometimes a glitch. It's a glitch you get on the game sometimes. It's a really annoying sound glitch. Yeah, really frustrating when it does that. I believe there are another couple of cars that are going to be getting close together as well out on circuit. And I think it might be Mornay and Jamie James. If Dave, you want to keep an eye on those two for a moment, as we see Bleeding Sunrise getting up towards Curly Whirly. Because I think Curly's tyres are starting to suffer now as he locks up into turn 4. Bleeding Sunrise getting much closer as they head towards the DRS straight, and I think he may be able to get right up behind him in this first DRS straight and put him under pressure into the second one. So where is he? He's tucked up his gearbox with his DRS wing open. And how close will he get to him under braking? Don't put yourself in a difficult situation, just make sure you get a good clean line through, but most of all a good exit. But I think Curly Whirly's going to get DRS here from a ghosted Haas, which is going to benefit him. I'm not sure if that must be Erna Urcham if it's the Haas. So that would have helped Curly then keep ahead for another lap in front of Bleeding Sunrise.
Yeah, at present with Mornay and Jamie James, Mornay's doing a fantastic job on the older soft compound tyres, Jamie James on the newest super soft compound tyres. He's holding the gap at around 3 seconds, maybe just under, but it's looking good, Steve. I'll keep the information coming as we go.
Okay, so situations are as they are with only a couple of laps to go in this race. It looks like Red Bulls are going to be taking the Constructors' Championship. If Mr. Hamilton was to have a problem now, I think Mercedes would still not be able to score enough points, would they, to take it?
That would just rub salt in the wounds, wouldn't it?
It would, but I think that's why Bleeding Sunrise is trying to make sure that he stays with Curly Whirly, and to make sure that it reduces the amount of points. So every point could end up being crucial. Anyone knows that I'll try and get my words out right. Who knows what could happen with only a couple of laps to go? But Bleeding Sunrise is going to have the DRS. He's even closer than he was the last time round. Surely this is going to be the lap that he overtakes Curly Whirly. Curly Whirly struggling with the traction. He puts his foot down. The car steps sideways. He also takes it defensive on that left-hand side. We've seen Bleeding Sunrise before on this first DRS straight not commit himself to an overtake. And I think he's again once going to just follow through the chicane and make sure he gets a good exit, so he can attack on this second DRS straight. Has he got enough speed? Can he do it? I don't think he can, you know. How is Curly Whirly keeping ahead that well? That is great straight line speed from Curly Whirly there. And
update for you, Steve. I've just noticed I've got braking clays on ultra softs absolutely smashing the back of Jamie James here. I've just seen this flash of yellow. He's 5 car lengths behind him. He might catch Jamie James, possibly Mornay if he gets a move done straight away when he gets there. Ultras have got to be at least 1-2 seconds faster a lap.
Well,
he's flying.
What lap did he pit on? Because I'm pretty sure it must have been a couple of laps ago. Pretty sure Braking Clays was ahead of Mornay. So he's decided.
I was just about to say that. He
Yeah.
wasn't breaking grades in front of Jamie James.
He was indeed. He came in on the end of lap 25, going on to 26, put a set of ultra softs on, and he's just absolutely going for it for 3 flying laps. Maybe he just could not get the tyres to the end. Maybe it's well worth keeping an eye on Mr. Hamilton and Simo. They may not
Mr.
get
Hamilton into the final sector.
Okay. And let us know what happens to Braking Clays, because I believe he is going to make that overtake as I get on board with Hamilton.
He's coming down the DRS straight and he's lining it up as we speak. Sorry to interrupt over Mr. Hamilton crossing the
There's a
line.
move just in front of me, could you see? Leading Sunrise and... Oh no, that's Leading Sunrise has a puncture. Leading Sunrise has a puncture on the final lap of the race.
That is exactly what I was on about. I mean, imagine if that had been Mr. Hamilton's car.
Still running.
Mr. Hamilton has got 1 corner to go. So across the line goes Mr. Hamilton, the World Championship champion, but that victory as well should secure the World Championship Constructors title, which will give them the first pick of which car to go with on the next generation of the game, the F1 2017, when we start the next season. So Mercedes will be in 2nd place in the Constructors. So second over the line today should be Simo. He's just gone. What's happened to Simo?
No, not Simo. No, just carry on. You'll see it eventually.
Mornay is now in 4th place with Braking Clays and then Jamie James.
Curly Wurly's gone wide on the final. He's let Leading Sunrise has 2 punctures. No, he hasn't. On my screen he has. But he's still going at some speed. I have no idea what's going on. He's taken the place on the final corner. I think Curly Wurly. What was that? Oh, that was madness. That was just wow. That was interesting. But doesn't Leading Sunrise have a puncture? They carry on as if it's nothing.
Quite often, and we've seen it before, and we saw it in last week as well. The car gets a puncture. We see it as spectators. They don't see it yet, and it can be a slow puncture. And in a way, sometimes you can have an engineer watching your race going, they're saying you've got a puncture, and they go, well, I haven't got a puncture. 30 seconds later, a minute later, pop, it goes. So yeah, if the commentators are saying you've got a puncture, if you've not got one, you will have one very shortly. So that's exactly what you saw. So there we go, there's the finishing position. Please remember, guys, take a picture of the a screenshot if you can, without the penalties on it, so it's just the straight times between the cars. So we'll need that for the podium picture. Yeah, so Mr. Hamilton takes the victory with Simo Tomo Rosso in 2nd place, with Overdijking in 3rd. In 4th place, Mornay the Williams. 5th, Jamie James. 6th, Braking Clays. 7th, it says Bleeding Sunrise. 8th, Curly Wurly. Braking Clays was the only guy out there that managed to get a penalty, unfortunately. So even though he did overtake Jamie James, it did put him back behind him. Temp Fear managed to squeeze up into 9th place with the other Williams in 10th. That was 1.4 GT5 King, with F1 Roadrunner in 12th place. A rather unfortunate finish there for Bleeding Sunrise. Well, actually, I think he actually managed to finish out of Curly Wurly, but yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting debate about that one at some point. Okay, just going to remind you, coming together, if you could invite the top 3 drivers in from the race. So that would be Mr. Hamilton, Simo, and Overdijking.
Okay.
Just going to say as well that we will be having a little chat with the Constructors Champions as well, but we're not going to be inviting the additional drivers in for the Constructors until the normal podium questions have been answered. Feel free to send Front Racing DP a reminder of a chat invite, because he will need to come back in as well, even though he should just be able to walk in when he's ready to, because he was in with us earlier on.
After that race, he might be hiding away.
I wouldn't be surprised. MILLZSTAR, what do you make of that event?
That was very entertaining. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Shouting, great commentary. I mean, just good racing. That was a great race.
Yeah, obviously it is, Millie. Sorry about that.
It was a great race. So
Just
while we're
gonna
waiting,
go get them checked.
I was just going to say, MILLZSTAR, though, while we're waiting for the drivers to come in, if you could have a look at the pre-race comments and go through any that you feel you've not read out yet, if you want to just go through them.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Right. Let me just get. Did we have? Okay. Wait.
If you can't remember, I'll
Okay,
tell you whether
GT
you've done it.
Yeah. Okay. GT5 King.
Yep, do his. We've not done it yet.
Okay. He was asked, "Do you need 7 points more than Hammer Time to jump him in the driver's standings? Can you do it?" He replied, "Abu Dhabi is a weird one for me. I love to watch it, but he hates to drive it. It's a very technical track with which any mistake will ruin your lap. He'll be bringing the balanced tyres." And he said, "Well, since Hammer Time has DNF'd the past few races, yes. No offense, Jimmy, just stating facts." And he did DNF actually this race. So he predicted that. Mornay?
Yeah, have a read of that one. What does this say?
Okay. This season you have been improving race by race, with even taking pole and a win last time on, but what can we expect from you this evening? He said, "Yep, last race is still not forgotten. Of course I would try to take my second win, but I think it would be difficult. I'm quick enough, but my lack of consistency and pace around here may cost me in the end. I'll do my best to try. I will do my best and try to be consistent and avoid accidents. If I can end up in the top 5, I'm very pleased. I will go for balanced tyres and do a safe 2-stopper with ultra soft, soft, super soft." And yeah, he did end up doing that. We did Front Racing DP. We did Danny Railton. We did Hammer Time. Kane Lander. We spoke to him earlier and we asked him. There are unbelievable rumours around the paddock that you will be replacing the world champion in the Red Bull for next season. Can you shed any light on this? He said, "I'll be bringing harder tyres to this event. Hopefully it doesn't end the same way the World Championship Reserve race ended last week, but if it does, I pray to you that you guys don't catch it on the broadcast." And about that, the above question, Christian Horner has been talking about getting a stronger driver pairing for next season, so that could be true. Who knows? Right. We've done Simmer. We haven't done F1 Roadrunner, I believe.
No, we haven't. You can go for that one.
We asked him, "You are 1 point behind Bleeding Sunrise in the driver's standings. Do you believe you will beat him this evening?" He said, "I need a clean race, something I've never had this season." He'll be hoping for 9th or 10th, but I don't know what he's saying there actually. It doesn't make a difference. Goals set for this season were achieved. We reached as far as 3rd in the Constructors, finishing 4th in our debut season, and it's something to build on for next season. The GG well played Ferrari of Over Dyking. I don't think we've read his.
No, go for it.
If you managed, pardon?
Go for it. Go on, read it.
Okay. If you manage to stay in the 3rd place in the driver standings, would you see the season as a success? And does it feel good to have outperformed the #1 Ferrari driver this season? He said, "Will we bring in the harder set of tyres? Overall, I say regardless of if I finish 3rd or 4th, it's been a difficult but okay season considering all the troubles I've had mainly in the first half. Obviously, the goal tonight is to secure that 3rd position. Of course, being in the top 3 behind Mads and Peter would be a good result. And how can I outperform myself as the #1 Ferrari driver?" Surtec Karen Tepe. It's been said that your teammate was spotted coming out of the Ferrari motorhome. Do you feel it should have been you in talks with Ferrari for next season and not your teammate? He said, "Hello, Abu Dhabi is not my favourite circuit. I'll do my best both in qualifying and the race. Probably I'll choose a softer option. And about the talks with Ferrari, it's the first I've heard. It's the first that he's heard that from us. And if his teammate has such a chance, he will always support him because he knows that Ferrari is his all-time favourite team, and Ferrari is the team he would like to drive for." Is there any more? One more. Anna Archam. The rumours around the paddock are that you're close to signing a contract with the Ferrari team for next season. Are you able to confirm this? He said he'll start the race with super softs, then take softs, and then super softs again, aiming for 1 point tonight. About rumours, he actually finished 10th, I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's quite good. About rumours, they are just rumours. I'm happy with Haas. And that is the final pre-race comments of the season.
Thank you very much for that. Right, I believe we've got all 3 podium drivers in. So I want to first of all say congratulations to Mr Hamilton for the victory here, but not only the victory, being the World Championship champion for this season and also taking the Constructors' Championship along with it as well, which we'll get on to shortly, Mads. But on to today's event, qualifying. Surprised with some of the pace of the other guys out there today?
No, not at all. I was just surprised by my own performance because I made a lot of mistakes. And my first lap was invalidated, so I actually had to do 2 laps on the super soft, which I had to start on. So not a optimal qualifying for me today.
Okay, and in the race we saw you chasing down Simo. Once you'd got past him, was it foot off the gas, put it into lean and just bring the car home?
Not for the first couple of laps after I overtook him, because I had to pull away to get him out of DRS range. But after that it was just about maintaining a decent speed and controlling the pace.
Okay, MILLZSTAR, do you have a question for the race winner, Mr Hamilton?
Did you feel comfortable doing that 1 stop, or did you feel that your tyre wear would have been a problem? And did you ever consider switching to a 2 stop?
No, not at all. I had been practicing at 1 stop and I knew it was quite easy to make it.
Okay, that's literally all I wanted to say.
Okay, Dave, question for Mr Hamilton?
Yeah, Mr. Hamilton, Mads, how are we this evening, fella?
Good.
Good. I'm not going to talk about your race because you've done it every race this season. You've turned up, you've showed us what you're capable of. For some of us it's doing our heads in, like mine. I was just curious, do you fancy following DT out the door so a slot can win?
It doesn't seem like I'll do that. I think I'll do another season.
Not if I pay you enough? No?
Let's talk about that in private, and we can
No, that's great stuff, Mads. I mean, great performance, mate. A worthy world champion. You've done superb, and I believe we can confirm them, Steve, as constructors.
We can, but we're going to talk about that after we've done all 3 podium guys, because we will be inviting in his teammate Bleeding Sunrise into the podium chat after we finish the podium questions, because we don't want the we don't want the chat party to fill up, basically. No. Too many voices all at once could happen. Anyway, Mads, well done on that. Stay with us because we also do have question of the day to come to you within in a few moments' time. But yeah, second place is Simo. Would you say that was a bit of a surprise out there today that you finished second, or are you disappointed that you didn't take the win?
Yeah, it was a great race. I think that was just the right position for me.
Okay, and qualifying, you were happy with the qualifying pace?
I could have done better, but it was enough for the pole.
And if it had been anybody else in front of you, if it wasn't Mr Hamilton, if it had been anybody else, would you have pushed more to try and catch them? Or was it because it was Mr Hamilton, you were just kind of like, okay, I'll have second place?
Yeah, but I tried my best. I think my car was so poor. It didn't have straight line speed and it didn't have grip, so it was quite difficult. I was like slower in all the places, but still second, so it's good result.
And a one-stop strategy can win this race, can't it?
Yeah, it's the only way in here.
Okay, I'm going to pass questions over to MILLZSTAR. MILLZSTAR, any questions for Simo?
No, literally, towards the end of the race, it looked like DP was looking to unlap himself. Did that get interesting at any moment, or did you just trust him enough that he would stay behind you till the end?
Yeah, it was a bit interesting. I think there was like a 3-car group which were quite fast, and it wasn't easy to pass them, but I don't know why would have he unlapped me, because I wasn't the first guy, so it's no difference.
Okay, we might find out the answer if DP joins in the commentary box for the questions with the constructors champions in a moment. But yeah, Dave, any questions for Simo?
Not too much about the race, I know, because like Mr. Hamilton Mads himself, you deliver fortnightly in, fortnightly out, and great stuff. Looking towards next season, are you looking to stay with front row racing and take the fight to Mr. Hamilton like myself and try and take that crown away from a man that seems unbeatable at the moment?
I'm not sure yet. I think the season is so long. I would have. It would be better if it's like a half season and half season, and there will be some changes to the teams. I think the season is so long, and I don't want to play the game in the summer, so it's not quite good. But I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
just-
Other than that,
Just going to come in on that though. Simo, that's a good point you made there, and maybe it's something that the admins for this season can consider. It's something they can put on their notepad and have a chat about. And if anybody has any ideas out there, ways that front row racing may be able to improve going forward, send the message into the admins. And it'll always be considered. I'm not saying it'll always happen, but it will always be considered. So yeah, Dave, any more questions for Simo, or was that it?
no, just to finish there, Sino, I would love for a driver of your standard and your quality to be around next season, so hopefully we'll see what progress is throughout the closed season. So other than that, great driver, great season. You've only been here half a season, and hell of a display, so great stuff, mate.
And also, if Simo isn't in the World Championship next season but takes part in the World Championship reserves, what a reserve driver if a driver needs him in the league.
Yeah, good luck to everyone trying to beat him.
Yeah, exactly. So well done, Simo. On to our third place driver, over Dykink. Good evening, Dom. How are you?
Good evening, Steve. I'm okay. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Have you managed to finalise your second driver for next season?
Not yet. Obviously, the silly season of the next game is fully ongoing. So I'm pretty sure we'll strike a deal soon, but it'll have to wait for a little bit.
And can we now finally draw a line underneath who is the #1 driver this season? You're quite happy to admit that it's James?
Well, I mean, by showing on track, I mean, I think I've showed who the #1 driver is. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have obviously outscored him in majority of the races this season, yet deservedly be the #1 driver. So if he's the #2 driver, seriously now, would you really be considering replacing him next season?
I don't know. I mean, we've been together for 3 or 4 seasons at the moment, so it's been great fun. I mean, James is a good friend. But who knows, a change might be good. I don't know. I'm open to anything really. Who knows? I might stick with James. I mean, there is a big chance I'm sticking with James, but I'm open to other suggestions. I don't know what James wants to do. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm actually visiting him next week, so I'm sure we'll get a deal sorted.
Yeah. Well, at least keep him happy till you've been there, because you never know what he might cook for you.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
But seriously, down to today's race, qualifying, did that go according to plan for you, or was you disappointed with your positioning in qualifying?
Well, it's nice to start the race like inside the top 5 rather than starting in 15th to 14th every race. So that was nice, but yeah, time should have been and could have been a lot better. Made a lot of mistakes on the lap. Slightly pulled it together in the last sector to still get third, but ultimately that should have been what could have been pole. But unfortunately it wasn't.
Okay. MILLZSTAR, do you have any questions for Dom?
No, I don't. Good race though.
Yeah, well, it was a good race. And coming to get you, anything for Dom?
Just talk us through your overall season, Dom. I mean, we've got some viewers out there that might be interested in front row racing. You're a driver from a driver's perspective. I mean, sum up front row racing to any of our viewers that may be interested.
I don't know. Yes, I mean, I've been racing in this league for about 5 or 6 seasons now, and I'm happy where I am. So. To anybody out there considering to join a league, I'd suggest join FRR. Very fair rules also on corner cutting and fair rules on how incidents are handled, probably more advanced than in any other league. So if there's a reason to join FRR, that's probably the 2 main reasons. And on going to my season, yeah, difficult, very difficult to in comparison to other seasons. I think I lost so many points in the first 8 or 9 races, and after that I started pulling it together. So yeah, it's been difficult, but overall happy with the final standings of securing third.
Well, good stuff there, and as you said, you've confirmed third, which I've dragged myself up there. I'm a bit disappointed. No, joking aside, Dom, superb season, mate. I mean, and what viewers may not know, this is a driver that's transferred from pad to wheel, haven't you, Dom? So you've made great progress.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I've changed from pad to wheel for this season, and yeah, it's been easier than I expected on the wheel this season. I expected to struggle at the start. Which I did, but not to my own fault, so yeah, could have been a lot better in the start of the season, but overall I had a great experience with the wheel.
Yeah, great stuff there, Dom, and fantastic race by yourself. I mean, all kicking off throughout the field, and congrats on your podium, and I look forward to racing you next season, I hope.
Alright mate, cheers.
Okay, we do have question of the day to go through for the drivers, but I've noticed that Mr Hamilton has left the lobby. That's unfortunate, because it would have been nice to know his answer. Thing is, we can't have the answer to this until Front Row Racing DP. Here he joined, he's come back. We need Front Row Racing DP to join this chat party so we can have the answer. Only he has the answer to the question of the day. So he doesn't even know he has the answer to it. But Front Row Racing DP, I know you're going to be watching the broadcast. Come and join us. Here he is. There he goes. He's in the, so we'll be able to get the answer from question of the day. So, Mr Hamilton, you're back with us as well. Question of the day. When Front Row Racing DP is asked, how many laps do you think you've led in online races in your career? How many do you think he's going to say?
Well, I know he's a humble guy, so I'd say 400.
Okay, and in second place is Simo, so how many do you think, Simo?
Did really someone calculated it? Maybe 100 or something.
100 and something. Dom, you might actually have the best opportunity here because you've probably followed him for most of those laps that he's led.
Well, Dave's not going to like this, but usually it was me in third, Dave in second, and Kevin first. So, so I reckon about 150, maybe 200, somewhere around that range.
Okay, so if there's anyone else who wants to have a last guess out on the YouTube chat, whack your comments down, answers down in the comments. DP, welcome to the podium chat.
Hello.
Hello. We won't talk about your race because it's not worth talking about, but we need to know the answer to this question.
Well, what's the question again? Because I don't even know if I know the answer.
Right, the question is, when we ask you, how many laps do you think you have led in online races in your career? How many do you think you have led? So yeah.
Right, let me think for a minute.
Don't tell me anyone, if someone actually looked that up.
No, the question is, how many do you think Dave is going to say this answer is? That's the answer. How many do you think Dave's going to say?
That's a terrible question to do that.
Well, how this went on was Steve said, I'm stuck, we haven't got nothing, and I just threw something out there, and that's what came off, mate.
Right, okay, I'm going to try and do this with a sensible calculation. Okay, 6 seasons, on average 18, 19 races a season, on average 6 race wins a season. I'm going to say about 800.
I was about to say 730.
About 800, if it's laps, about 800 laps. On average, 6 race wins a season. Guessing leading every lap, not always the case. So on average, 25, 30 laps, times by 6, don't know what the maths is on that, multiplied by 8, don't know what the maths is on that. Sorry, multiplied by 6, don't know what the maths is on that, we'll go with 800, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He's a humble guy, isn't he, that Dave?
Well, at least he didn't need to add his FSR races in there because he's not led any races in that yet.
Oh no, that's not true. I have led a couple of laps, but it's been when people have picked it. But anyway, that's irrelevant.
Just trying to have a quick look through the YouTube answers to see who may have been the closest, and I've got a feeling it may have been Drew. No, it was Kane Ianda, 675. Is closest by Kane. So there you go. That was the answer. So I also want to say thank you very much to the guys on the podium. Mr. Hamilton, please stay with us because we want to talk to you about the constructors. But Simo and Overdyking, thank you very much for doing the podium questions. But I would like to ask you both to leave so we can then now get the constructors champions in so we can have a little chat with those. So thank you very much to Overdyking and Simo. Great season, and it's been appreciated that you've been racing with us all season. So hopefully see you on the circuit again next season.
Well done, guys.
Thank you. Well
Dave?
done, Mads, on the constructors, mate.
Coming to get you. If they don't leave, you know how to kick them, don't you?
That's a nice way to end the season, isn't it?
Okay, right, so also Dave, you'll need to invite in Bleeding Sunrise so we can have a quick chat about the season that the Red Bulls have had. We do have a few things on the YouTube. I know that Front Racing has kind of responded to one of them saying it's in the rule book, but I just want to touch on it very briefly. DP, I'd like you to do this for us if you could.
Yep.
Why is the Constructors' Championship so important to Front Row Racing teams?
Well, one of the rules that we brought in a couple of seasons ago to make the constructors a little bit more important was that if we decided that what we would do is we would have the finishing constructor order be the selection of order for picking the cars next season. So when the guys team up next season, if they were all in the same teams, then they would pick their car, either Merc, Ferrari, whatever, in the constructors order from this season. It does go a little bit more in depth in that as well. I mean, let's say for example MILLZSTAR12 and Bleeding Sunrise, they both race next season, but both of them decide they're going to split up into new teams. Then MILLZSTAR44 would get his new team would get first pick of car because he's the high scoring driver in that team, in the Constructors Champions team, so he'd get to pick first, and then Bleeding Sunrise's team would get to pick second, and that would work the same way down the grid. That's how we've done it over the last few seasons. As far as I know, there isn't any view on changing that from this season to next, but obviously as the new admins come in, they have been told that if they do want to change any of the rules, they are more than welcome to. So at the moment, that's what the situation would be with it. So it makes the constructors all the more important.
Yep, thank you very much there. So I do notice we've got Bleeding Sunrise in to the podium chat now. So congratulations then to the Danish Dragons Red Bull for taking the Constructors Championship today out there. Question to both of you: do you see yourselves being teammates again next season?
Is Mr. Hamilton still here, or is he?
Do you want him to go first, Bleeding?
Yes, please.
Mads, if you will, please, fella. Yeah, well, I haven't decided anything yet, so it's too early to say. I think that's the best answer I can give right now.
Okay, what do you reckon, Bleeding Sunrise? Would you like to be with Mads next season, or do you have your eyes elsewhere?
It's been a really good cooperation we had. We trained together, and well, Mats is a great guy to work with, really professional. In terms of next year, we have talked about it briefly, but not decisive yet. But we will make ends meet pretty soon, or not, and then we will see what happens then.
Okay. MILLZSTAR, do you have any questions for the podium, for the Constructors Champions?
Not really, but just well done. It's been a tough season, and you've done really well in the last race, especially to maintain your positions, and yeah, well done.
Thank you.
Dave, coming to get you, that is. Do you have anything to ask or question the guys about?
Well, I didn't get to talk to Mads when he had his crowning of the championship, so don't get too comfy. That's all I'll say. But no, moving on. I know it's got a bit up and down, and it's a shame we lost Stocky, because I think with the driver that was, well, with the driver with his feet under the table, knew what he was doing, and a quick guy. No disrespect to Curly Will, he's done a fantastic job. Did you feel at any time, Mads, and yourself, Bleeding Sunrise, pressure? Did you think you may slip, lose it, or is it just, I know what Mads would probably say, that is ice cool, mate, it's easy, but yeah.
Mads first.
Do you mean today or
No,
over the course of the season?
From about the last 1/3, did you feel like you were it was going to slip away, you were going to lose the constructors, and you know how did you feel with the pressure from Stocky racking up and 10th year finding some form?
I wasn't really worried because I knew I had the form to score some good points for the team, and I knew Bleeding Sunrise was going to do a great job as well. And I think we had a bit of a gap to build on, so no worries.
See, ice cool, ice cool. Moving on to a real answer from Bleeding. I was scared.
No, well, I wasn't that sure as Mr. Hamilton maybe was. After Mexico, there was a 1-2 from the Mercedes, which made me a bit nervous. Then we had a good score in Brazil. 8 points going into Abu Dhabi is a good lead, but nothing major in terms of constructors. But yeah, unfortunately, not the whole team could participate tonight. But yeah, I wasn't too sure. I was a bit nervous as to going into the race, but it panned out well.
That's good stuff. Well, congratulations, Mr. Hamilton, on the constructors, and yourself, Bleeding. You've both done a fantastic job, and yeah, I hope to be up against the pair of you again. Hopefully not in the Spain team, and Matt sends a contract my way. Who knows?
I mean, also, I'm just going to say, DP, I'd like you to come in now, actually, because you've been commentating on this pair all season, just like I have. So yeah, DP, questions for these two?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, congratulations to the both of you. Obviously, Bleeding Sunrise came in about halfway through to the season. He's done a fantastic job. So, I mean, coming in that situation, and I mean, every point you've scored has been a bonus to the team in their fight for the constructors. My question is going to be more about today's race, though, because I mean, it was a bit of an interesting one. I mean, at the end of qualifying, I know I was surprised a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if you were, Niels, but also Curly Whirly was, given the situation at the end of qualifying. We've got Mr. Hamilton 44, I think, in 4th place, Temp Fear in 5th place. We had Curly Whirly in, what was it, 10th place, you in 12th place. So it was a very spread out qualifying session. For you, Bleeding Sunrise, what was going through your mind at the end of qualifying with the constructors battle?
It was really mixed for me. I was a lot further down than I expected, but at the same time, in terms of the time, I said I was a lot closer than I expected to the front. So that was really mixed bag for me, and then I was like, alright, I'm just going to follow Curly Whirly around and attack him if I need to. But it was, by the way, it was awesome to watch you fight with Curly Whirly. I was just following you around and let you fight, and yeah, you crashed, which was as to be expected after lap after lap. But yeah, it was really good to see you race with him. But yeah, it was interesting.
From myself, it was a difficult situation to be in, because I'm like, okay, I've got car ahead that's in the constructors fight, car behind's in the constructors fight as well, but I don't want to, I'm not just going to move out of the way. But okay, so just before qualifying gets going, we see that Temp Fear, he has a problem. I'm sure for yourself and Mr. Hamilton 44, that was like, yeah, okay, sorted, job done.
No. No.
That was a bit sad.
No.
To be fair.
So, Mr. Hamilton 44, you mentioned that you was a bit sad. Tell us a bit more about that.
Because I was looking forward to battle Temp Fear for the constructors title. After he went out, I knew it wasn't going to be as exciting as I hoped it'd be. So yeah, a bit frustrating to see him go.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine from your point of view, from the viewer's point of view, and also from Temp Fear's point of view. I know that he's not too happy about the problem now. From what I can gather, it was a game crash, and obviously Codemasters have been screamed at a lot tonight, I think. And it is unfortunate that that's been the cause of perhaps taking away a bit of the fight tonight. But my last question, I suppose, to the both of you would be. I mean, to the both of you, but also individually. When you both came into this season, obviously at different points, was your expectations to take titles, or was your expectations to have to fight a hell of a lot harder? Start off with Mr. Hamilton 44.
Being a rookie, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. But I was hoping I could fight for the title, and after a few races I found out I had the pace to challenge the guys ahead, or up front. And from, I think, race 4, I was thinking, yeah, I can do this, I can win the championship.
Okay, good stuff. What about yourself, Bleeding Sunrise?
Well, let's start at the beginning. I came in at the reserves in Spain, I guess. Spain, yeah, Spain it was. And then within a third of a season, I came in with Mr. Hamilton, and then the pressure mounted. I mean, I know speed-wise, I wasn't at the top of the league, and the pressure mounted. I mean, I knew I had to perform every week to make sure I contribute enough points to keep the team on top. And the pressure made me sharp, made me practice a lot, and was a really nice experience. And I'm humbled to be part of this team.
Good stuff. Well, sort of last comment from myself is obviously again congratulations to the both of you. Before I quickly hand back over to Front Row Racing GP for his final comments, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of the drivers that have taken part this season. Obviously, it's the drivers that make watching the races and taking part in the races all the more enjoyable. So thank you to every driver that has taken part, either as a permanent driver or reserve driver or admins pick rookie. Thank you to every single one of you. Also, massive thank you to all of the viewers out there that have watched throughout the seasons. It's been a pleasure commentating this season on the World Championship. There's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of twists and turns, and going from season to season, you never know what could happen in the future, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the Front Row Racing World Championship has to offer from season 8 and beyond. But I also want to say a massive thank you to the co-commentators tonight, MILLZSTAR and Coming to Get You. Coming to Get You, you can have your car back, mate. The seat is horribly sweaty, but you're more than welcome to have it back now. But
I'm good.
you get rid of that car for next year. But finally, I do want to just mention as well a massive thank you to Front Row Racing JS for his commentary in the early part of the season. But most of all, a big thank you to Front Row Racing GP, who has been there just about every event, I think, apart from the other operation. But yeah, they've done a fantastic job broadcasting the World Championship and doing the commentary. So a massive thank you to him, and I'm sure he will be missed. Not by me, because I'll still have to see him, but by the viewers, I'm sure they will miss him a little bit. So thank you everybody. From myself, for Racing DP, I shall hand back over to the one and only for Racing GP.
Yeah, I can't necessarily see myself getting on the podium tomorrow in the World Series, so this might be the last time you get to hear me on the broadcast for Front Row Racing. I'm not going to disappear completely. I will be watching the races. You will probably see my comments in the YouTube chat from time to time. I can't turn my back completely on Front Row Racing. Always going to be there in my heart somewhere. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that's made it possible, and yeah, that's want to say thank you. I've appreciated the opportunity that was given to me by Pete and Paul and DP and all of the other admins that have made it possible. So next race for Front Row Racing is tomorrow, the World Series, and after that we will be having about a 4-week break, so there'll be no events taking place, so the admins can have a nice big long rest before they prepare for next season. So keep an eye on the Front Row Racing Facebook page, and if you're listening to this for the first time and you're interested in taking part for the next generation of the game, send us a message on Facebook and we'll get back to you asking you to fill out a bit of a driver's profile, and we'll see what we can do to get you on the circuit for next season. But yeah, like I say, after the World Series tomorrow, we'll be having a bit of a break for about 4 weeks, so everyone can have a bit of a break. And apart from that, just want to wish everyone Yeah, I was going to say Happy New Year then, but I suppose I should do really.
I thought you was going to say Happy Christmas.
I was just about to say, seeing as I won't be here for Christmas or New Year, I might as well do so. So Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, and I'm sure I'll see everyone again at some point in the future.
But Dave and Dave, I don't want to steal your sun, but you guys need some sunshine as well, man. You put in so much time over the season with commentary and admin stuff, and you, God knows what you all do. Thank you very much for your time.
I appreciate it. We don't do it for the thanks, we do it so we can see great racing out on the circuit, and that is exactly what I'm looking forward to next season, being able to watch that great racing out on the circuit. So thank you very much to everyone that's taken part this season, and you never know, I might make the podium tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
You might do. For the viewers though, and for the World Championship drivers, come and join us for tomorrow's race in the World Series. It's nothing shy of potentially the greatest race of all time. Probably be an absolute disaster as well now I've said that, but it is the World Series title showdown between two teammates that are probably not going to be mates by the end of the race. Conzo 1993, Hindle battling it out, Merck v Merck, Great Britain versus Scotland. However you want to play it, it's a battle to the title to become the first ever two-time front row racing World Series champion. Come and join us for that. Hopefully it'll be epic. So yeah, thank you everybody, and from Racing GP for say your final goodbye, and then you can stop the broadcast.
Goodbye.
Do some music now.
Yeah. See everyone.
I'm gonna find it.
Quick, going for a MILLZSTAR12, some moody music.
I'm going to go before I shed a tear. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Goodbye.